Does it make it coffee flavored?
I don't drink it, so I don't know.
No, it's
Yeah.
just throwing out the weed.
You want to try some?
Smell it.
No, the weed.
Oh no. That's what I was talking
Maybe,
about.
yeah. Well, I would think it's putting coffee chemicals into
Something
it.
in there, right?
It killed all the goldfish in the 300-gallon tank. I'll tell you that.
You pissed?
Yeah.
I have a weed shirt on.
It very well could.
Candace is
Are we
like, it was your
talking about
piss. I
tea
was
or
like,
weed
no.
here? I'm confused. I think we're
Did you
talking
go
about
through
two
weed
different
on the way
things at the
home?
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it on fire or is it okay?
This time it's okay. I flew this time. This is from the last drive. The fire is more closer to Tahoe. It's more like Forest Hill. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
How come our smoke doesn't smell like smoke?
Because your trees don't smell like trees. Like,
Does your trees smell like marijuana?
What kind of trees are you talking about
Our
here?
trees smell like snozzberries.
what- yeah.
No, like
what are
there
the
was.
trees up here, Brian?
Well, we normally have pine and cedar. So when the Northwest is on
All right.
fire and you're like swimming through the smoke that you can't see to the end of the block, it smells like a fucking cedar forest is on fire or a pine forest is on fire. This
Probably
time,
because it is.
It's Douglas.
Yeah.
It's Douglas fir. That's why.
Douglas fir, right? So this time when it rolled in, which was a weird direction to roll in because there were no fires in Canada that I know of that are Chuckungus.
No, they were in Oregon. So I don't know how.
Yeah. So how did the brown fog with no smell of pine roll down from the north?
Oh, actually, there might have been a big fire in Alaska. There was a pretty huge, significant fire.
So
in
the
Alaska.
smoke comes in so thick I can't see to the end of my block.
I don't
but
know.
yet it doesn't smell
I
like
was
pine
in
anymore when it
Sacramento.
hits it.
So, let
Okay.
me look really fast. But no, I was
Okay.
in Sacramento, and the smoke on Friday was really bad, and it smelled like.
No,
wow.
I mean I get like right now Highway 2's on fire. It jumped the highway going up to.
Oh,
the
did it?
Yeah. It's on both sides now. Those fuckers are running.
That's bad.
You know. But like that smoke hasn't like got here either. Wow. Very strange.
So if you look at the fire map of Alaska right now, it's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, but still,
But
every
it would
other
it would
fucking
still
year
smell-
I've lived here like my whole life,
Yeah.
except when I go away and then come back. But it smells like smoke. Like
Remember
smoke.
in 2020 when it was so bad and it just stunk? Like, remember that?
Yeah, it smelled like
Everything
inside of a pine thing hanging in your car every fucking minute.
So what you're saying
was
is you're
ash,
thinking
yeah.
something burning that's not normally burning?
I don't know.
That's what we
Am
don't.
I getting conspiracy theorist here about the fire?
It's called the weird. Yeah, we're calling it smoke fog now.
Yeah.
Smoke
It,
fog.
like,
Is that
it's
where the word
brown.
smog came from?
And
Yes, it is.
it doesn't smell like smoke.
What's it smell like?
Nothing.
You know, well, it leaves this like petroleum like lick in your mouth.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's
Very
bizarre.
strange.
They burn in
Oh.
tankers off the coast.
Yeah, some goof.
Oh, maybe. That's a thought.
I mean, maybe.
Oh. Chicken Joe says it smells like fucking smoke.
All right, the whole conversation.
You
we-
tell 'em,
we can
Chicken
go figure it
Joe,
out for
man.
us.
Well, there we go. Problem solved.
Well, no, but so that's my whole problem with Washington. So I moved up here and I'm like, why don't your forests smell right? Like I can be dead and they don't smell like anything. It's the weirdest shit ever. Like it doesn't, you can't smell the trees up here. Like when it rains,
Because they're all pine trees.
they're not, they're fir.
Smells like a freaking.
Well, what the fuck do you
line
think a
from like
pine is?
Well, no, but like the specific whatever it is up here, it doesn't smell like anything. Like you
Douglas
go in
fir
the
is
forest,
what they use for Christmas trees.
but it doesn't smell like Christmas trees.
Sounds
Did
like
you
a-
hear
a
about my
line from
reverse
like a
Christmas
movie.
tree sale?
A reverse Christmas tree.
No. Yeah, Patty, tell your friends. They'll love it up in
What
Maple
is it?
Valley. Yeah. So every year I
Okay.
bring you out a Christmas tree, like planted in a big, like 20-gallon pot. So you like
Mhm.
put it there. It's like 3 feet tall. Then next year it's like 4.5. Then next year it's like 6.5. And then when you're like, uncle, it will not fit anymore.
Uh-huh.
You go out and plant it at Camp Suniki and put your fucking family name on it. It's there
Oh, I
for
dig
the
that.
next 100 years as your Christmas tree. And you didn't kill 5 fucking trees. And then we
I
started.
love it. You should totally do it.
Yeah, $100. I'll
Put it
show
on
up and then I'll pick it up after Christmas.
Perfect.
If you don't kill it.
I won't kill it. I can't kill something if I try. Are you
It's called
serious?
retree.
Okay.
Boom. Ha.
I have a
They're
problem.
paying me to grow pine trees. Thank you. So each tree is going to be 500 bones when it goes into my ground, right? That I already made off it. Versus the other way, plant it once, wait 8 fucking years, and get $20.
I refuse to do a Christmas tree. It's like
It's like
so
a
much
money
work.
farm.
I won't do it.
It's like,
Oh my God,
Jewish?
you gotta make money grow on trees.
Aren't you Jewish? Why would you use a Christmas tree?
Because
Oh
like
no, she's got a Christmas llama.
a lot of Jews put Christmas trees up. And, like,
Oh, like you co-op into both, huh?
yeah, exactly.
I can't celebrate Hanukkah.
Oh,
Well,
you
actually,
can.
I can. I used to. I had a roommate who was Jewish. He'd take me all those chocolate seders. That was like the best thing of my life.
I want to get some more presents. Come on.
But then I went like, now I'm using being Jewish as an excuse to not do that anymore. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. It's too much work.
I used to be a big fan of the movie theater on Christmas with all my Jewish friends.
And Chinese food. It's the best thing
Oh,
ever.
The only thing that's open.
It's the only
Movie
thing's open,
theaters
yeah.
and Chinese food.
And it gets me out of cooking, right? Like, it's like
Yeah, I used to volunteer
The Jewish
every
girl
year.
have a Christmas tree, but the white guy says Happy Kwanzaa one fucking time, and they want to riot.
I don't care.
Every year I used to volunteer to work on Christmas and Thanksgiving at the bar. Every
Like,
year.
you're being double
They'd be like, we're not open. I was like, I don't care. I will open the fucking door. I will open the bar. I will close the bar and lock the door.
Drink, and they
I
want to
made
give
more
you money.
fucking money on those holidays because people couldn't stand their families by 4 o'clock in the afternoon and wanted to go get shit faced.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
I can't think of a Christmas where I haven't wanted to drink myself stupid. I
The
mean,
ones
let's
I didn't
be
go
honest.
anywhere. Yeah.
Your local bartender is here and ready to help.
The night before Thanksgiving is when all the kids that are out of town
That's
come
when I got
back
my
to
DUI.
town and gotta
Yeah,
meet
and
up
go
with
drink.
each other.
Yeah. We
I
used
got
to
my
do that. We used to
DUI
all
because
sit
I
at home.
bartended that night and got. Well, I bartended that day and then into the night shift, and then
That's
I
like
sat
rookie
down.
day.
Well, I sat down to have a couple after bar drinks,
Have an after
after work
party?
drinks.
You had
It
a
was
personal
like
after
6
party and
o'clock.
got fucked up.
They were like 64-ounce mugs, and they were 3/4 Captain and Coke on top. My bartender friends were making them for me.
Captain Coke.
And I'm drinking them, and I'm sitting inside, and it was colder than shit outside. And so I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So I walk outside. I'm absolutely blasted. Didn't realize it because I didn't stand up the whole time. Went, took a pass, walked outside. The cold air like sobered me up. So I walk to my car. I get in my car.
I'll be okay. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I start my car. I take off, and it warmed up, and the heat hit me, and I was like, holy mother of God. I am shit-faced. I was like, I got to pull over, and I can't drive home. I was half an hour from home. I had to drive home.
That's the problem. You should have brailled it.
Well, no. So I pulled over into like the back end of a parking or neighborhood and shut the lights off, shut everything off because I left the car running because it was fucking cold as shit, and I knew if I passed out, I'd probably freeze to death. And so I.
Was this pre-prepper? Come on, here's your thermal bag.
Well, yeah, this was prior to that. This was like 20 years ago. So I put the seat back. All of a sudden, there's bang, 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 bang on the window. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I look, and they're shining a flashlight in my eyes. And I'm like, what the fuck? I roll the window down. I was like, what do you want? And they're like, sir, we need to get out of the car. I'm like, why?
You'd have done better with 2 creams and a sugar.
They're like, why? I'm like, because we need to talk to you. I'm like, all right. So I opened the door and I had the seat all the way back. So I go to step out of the car and fell out of the car onto the road.
You were done at that very moment.
And I stand up and he's like, sir, have you been drinking? I'm like, absolutely. I'm fucking shit-faced. That's why I was sleeping.
I'm not moving and I'm asleep.
And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to need you to do a sobriety test. I said, you don't need me to do a sobriety test. I'm fucking hammered. He's like, no, sir, I need you to do a sobriety test. I'm like, I don't need a sobriety test. I know I'm hammered. And he's like, I'm going to need you to touch your nose. And I'm like, and I just hit myself in the forehead. He goes, okay, sir, I need you to put your arms behind your back. You're being arrested for driving under the influence. And I'm like, I wasn't fucking driving.
Sleeping under the influence, you dumb fuck.
Apparently, you skipped the 5th grade definition of driving.
Yeah, so they take me to fucking jail. I sat by myself in a holding cell for like 6 hours, and then they're like, okay, you can go. So I call my ex-wife to come pick me up? Well, she was my wife at the time.
Oh,
Did I call her? No, I called the fucking server from work. She came and picked me up. It was like 4 a.m. She's like, yeah, I'll be right there. I'll give you a ride home. No problem. So she drops me off at like 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving morning.
thus the X.
Well, that was the beginning.
Beginning of the end.
Anyway, I'm getting out of jail, and she's there. She's signing me out of the fucking shit. And I look at the guy, and I was like, so I just got a question for you. I've been sitting in that holding cell thinking about this for a while. If I had been driving home 65 miles an hour down the highway full of people, and you had pulled me over, and I blew the same thing I blew when you pulled me over while I was sleeping it off, would I have gotten the same ticket? And he's like, yeah. I said, well, I should have tried to make it home. He goes, you should have. I'm like,
Cop just told you to drive drunk.
are you fucking kidding me?
You wouldn't have had to do the paperwork.
I'd have been in a different jurisdiction.
Yep.
But they caught me because 2 assholes took a cab home, jumped out of the cab, and ran through the neighborhood. And so the cops were looking for the kids that ran through the neighborhood, and I had stretched my legs out and put my foot on the brake. So they did a wellness check because they didn't see anybody sitting up in the car, and the brake lights were on.
When I got my stupid shit too, I
all
was
in the fucking back.
dumbass in the work van, pull over to the side of the road because I missed my fucking exit, and I'm on Interstate 80 in Iowa, so it's like 20 miles to the next fucking exit. I'm like, there's got to be a side road somewhere to get back to this fucking hotel. So I pull over. I'm on my fucking phone back in like, God, this was at least 10 years. So I'm using the pre-fucking Google Maps. Where the hell am I? Kind of shit. So there's the berries and cherries behind me. Pulled over on the side of the road, but I've got the van running, keys in the fucking ignition. Roll the window down. Sir, have you been drinking? We can smell alcohol. I'm just staring. I'm like, I had a lot of mouthwash. Dumb 21-year-old. I was done at that point. They already knew. They knew, you know. But I was like, really? If I hadn't pulled over, if I just kept going, I'd have been fine. Like,
no, that was the only time I ever actually got. I shouldn't even say got caught. Like, that's the only time I actually got detained and arrested.
Well, and that's
like,
a fucked up
I
part.
had plenty of cops pull me over while I was absolutely fall down drunk driving.
It's never the time that you should have been. It's never that. It's always the stupid shit.
Oh, you live right there? You're good. You're good. You know why I pulled you over? You had a taillight out.
Oh. Yeah, it's like dumbass.
You think about all the times you're like, I should not have driven, and then the time that you do get popped, you like blow .09.
Oh no, I blew a 0.19 after I'd been asleep for.
Oh shit, you were fucked up. At least it was a legit you were drunk. I mean, you know.
Well, yeah, that was after sleeping it off, and then.
God damn!
And I was still stable enough that after it took an hour and a half to go to the cop shop and blow in the actual machine, I had actually gone up.
Down. That was putting some down. Now, you're not a small boy either, so you were putting some alcohol in.
Jervis that's been on my show, when he was going through law school, his buddies were all DA underlings. So they swiped a breathalyzer from the office one Friday for one of his fucking parties. And the game was to see who could try to peg that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not get it above 2, no matter how much beer I drank. It was impossible to put it in me faster.
Beer, it's really hard.
No, I had to take a breathalyzer. We had to take a breathalyzer in driver's ed class. So we had a cop come in the one morning. So we had 3 days a week we had driving, 2 days a week we had lecture. And so my buddies and I all out fucking hammered the night before. All roll into driver's ed at like 8 in the morning. We're sitting in the back of class like, oh, we're not driving today. We were smart. We didn't do it the night before driving class. We did it the night before lecture class. We're sitting in the back all fucking still pretty shitty. And here comes fuck state trooper in, and he's like, oh yeah, today we're going to talk about drinking and driving and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, then at the end, we're all going to take a breathalyzer so you're not nervous if you ever have to take one. Whatever. And so we all got the line, and he's got all the fucking
breathalyzer, you're nervous.
Got all the fucking plastic interchangeable things. So we got like 15 kids, 18 kids in the class where I'm like standing next to my buddy going, what the fuck, dude?
I don't think I'm going to pass.
I fucking blow. And the cop looks at it, and he looks at me, and he shows the teacher, and he looks back at it, and he's like, And I just walked. I sat down, and my buddy, I look back up. He's blowing in it. The cop looks at it, looks at the teacher, looks at him. He's
like, you might need to recalibrate your machine.
Like, it might be off.
I think it's broken.
Our confidence in this system is completely destroyed, so we're gonna be super nervous now if we ever do have to get breathalyzed because those things don't work.
Yeah, fuck. Now you just proved
You
it.
can challenge them totally. I
Do
mean, I would never.
you have to wear the drunk goggles too? Do you have to like walk the line with like the
We didn't
fucking
do any of
goggles?
that.
I didn't need to do that. I already knew what it looked like.
Right? This shit looks straight when you put them on.
All right, Patty, are you saying don't blow? Patty says
No, I'm
don't
just saying
blow.
like you can challenge it, but like just don't just like go hire like a random lawyer. Like don't hire me for that. Like you hire like
Don't
hire,
take
something
the
that's all
fucking
you do.
public defender.
like,
Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
How about the guy who's got the big billboard that says 1-800
That guy.
DUI?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Better
what
than
you
the
want.
public
Get that
defender.
guy.
You want
He'll
the
do
dude
whatever
who's
it
having
takes.
months with the judge.
So you
What
want
you do,
yep.
Sal, you
do-
want Sal. Better call Saul.
while
If
you're
you
on
get
your
a,
way
if
to
you get
the
a driving
jail,
infraction in Vegas, call me.
while you're on your way to
Fucking
jail, look for the signs with whoever has the biggest sign for the bail bonds company and remember that fucking number. And when you call them, go, tell me who I should hire for a lawyer because those motherfuckers know.
Exactly. They do know. Yeah, for sure.
And if you are nice with
whatever it
them, they're friends with them.
Whatever money they want is worth it. Just pay it.
It's going to be less than what you're
Well,
going to pay
I got
if you go
mine,
by a
so-
public defender.
I blew that much, and I hired a dude that was a DUI attorney. Like I opened the yellow pages and went, boom.
Big ass.
Guy
The
that's
biggest ad
specialized.
with DUI in big blown fucking letters. I hired him. He got my date stayed 5 different times, like postponed because he didn't like the judge.
Drag
And
it out.
he goes, we go to show up to court that the day we went in, he's like, oh man, I looked at the roster and I was like, oh, we're not doing this today. This dude was going to throw you in jail for this. But I went back into his chambers to talk to him about moving the date. And he had his shoes off and his feet up on the desk eating popcorn because he's retiring tomorrow. He says, we're going to do this today.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We walk
Today
in,
is
we
your
walk
day,
in,
sir.
he says to me, he goes, just go up there and stand there and just agree with him and everything he says. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, Mr. Alexovich, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, yes, sir. He's like, so it looks like here that you were highly intoxicated and you decided to pull over and sleep it off and do the right thing. I said, yes, Your Honor, I did. He says, so then one of the officers found you and took you in for driving while intoxicated. I was like, yeah, but I wasn't. And I stopped myself. I said, yes, sir. He goes, but you weren't driving. You made the right decision. He goes, and unfortunately, our law in this state requires me to reprimand you for violating being in control of the motor vehicle. But I really appreciate the fact that you tried to do the right thing.
Try to be responsible.
But under the letter of the law, you could have awoken at any point and continued your dangerous travels down the highways of America. So, and because of this fact, I am going to stay 5 years under successful completion of your probation, where you will not have any alcohol-related offenses for the next 5 years. I sentence you to 16 hours of community service and a $200 fine.
Oh my god. Oh my God.
That's not great.
I said, yeah, I was felony DUI. at
Yeah,
0.19.
because of
So
the
you're
level.
like,
Yeah.
yes, sir. I remember when I got my community service.
So I just couldn't get in any drunk fights for 5 years, and I was good.
It
Right,
was like
exactly.
something about like, and 2 years of like, don't doing anything else bad. And I was like, well, I seem to have made it 24 so far. So all I got to do is 1/12 is good, and we're good. That did not go
one
over.
of those times that I got pulled over when I was completely shit-faced and I should have gone to jail. Like I was already like I lit a cigarette. I was ready to have my last one before I went to the pokey for 5 years. Yeah, he let me go. That was like 4 years into my 5 year probation.
He was
And,
probably retiring the next day too.
Probably.
Or he didn't want the paperwork. It was about end of shift, and he's like, this is.
It was a Tuesday fucking night, and
fucking
I had gone out for
Hey,
dinner
he's
and
got a
forgot
hot
to
date.
eat.
He's swiping right.
Well, I went out to eat and forgot to eat. All I had was like 7 Crown Royal ups and 2 Yeg bombs and a
hell of a
Newcastle. And then I went and met Corey at a bar. It was like when I was courting her, so it was very important that I went to the bar and found her.
And got totally fucked up in the process.
But I had a few more crowns. But I got home early and I went to work the next day. It was only like 10:30 when I went home.
Damn, you didn't waste any fucking time.
Well, I got off of work at 4 and jumped in the shower with my. I used to make those round ice cubes. And Crown. When I'd come home.
The old spherical ice cubes.
Keep the glass right in the freezer, the bottle of Crown in the freezer. You walk in, you pour the Crown, you set it on the toilet next to the shower, and you get in the shower and.
Oh, jeez, what's that?
That was somebody trying to call me.
Oh, they're trying
this time.
They need a
we have a calling guest.
Consultation.
No.
Like, what do you wear to the Queen's funeral? Your best party
You
dress?
had to bring it. Somebody was going to bring this shit up. God, can I listen to a podcast without somebody mentioning the fucking Queen? I swear to God.
No.
Sorry, I'm just doing that to poke Chicken Joe.
I know, right?
What
I'm like,
exactly
why
is
are we
the
still
impression of the
carrying?
fucking royal family in this country?
Right?
All the weddings, all the bullshit, all the gossip. Like, I have never understood one fucking.
Closest thing we have to a royal family in America is the fucking Kardashians, and I hate them too.
I was going to say Kennedys, but okay. Go with the
I
Kardashians.
was on 1 foot above sea
Not
level.
anymore.
This tiny island that was like a quarter acre off the Pacific, out, straight to Wanda Fuca, doing mushrooms when Princess Diana died. And the only thing I had was a fucking crank. Remember the crank radios that ran on the spring? And you'd hear it go off, clunk, and then we'd play Not It when you heard the clunk, because the radio would go for like 5 more seconds. Not It. Oh, fucking. Yep, it was like breaking across the wire, like tripping balls. The sea's like eating the island, like Princess Diana dead in a tunnel. I was like,
Princess Diana.
Like, who's fucking with us? Come on, come on, really? No fucking way. Oh yeah, like that was world subbing every channel, like ships at sea. Like, what the? Are you kidding me?
They people here realize that they're not in charge of us, right, anymore. Like, we don't need to give a shit about them,
right? Like
they're not even in charge.
I mean,
of
like Canada.
They're not even in charge of their own country. Like, people realize that they have a parliament, and like there's not. I mean,
and we even pretend their parliament's in charge. We all know it's the same fucking big corporations and oligarchs.
Well, yeah,
it's here. It's all pageantry and bullshit. It's like their fucking king and queen and royal family and shit matters about as much as who the fuck's in the White House.
Exactly.
Sleepy Joe.
Who has the power? Lobbyists. Big corporations paying the lobbyists. Same shit there. Just a different face. Different face.
Well, I think in the UK too, it's maybe a little less obvious because it's the same corporations.
Because they put a crown on top of their
that and it's been longer than us, right? So they've been doing the same shit for longer than us. So like
so they're better at their society is a little bit more domesticated.
Exactly right. Yeah, their society is more domesticated. So that's why
same show, different puppets, slightly different.
That's why they fucking lost.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they lost. That's why we won.
Because they're more domesticated.
America!
It's more domesticated.
Those savages, bitch.
Imagine somebody telling you that you can't keep a baseball bat in your car for self-defense purposes. Like, imagine
having to fucking have a license for your television.
Imagine somebody trying to tell me I couldn't have a baseball bat for my protection and try to take that bat from me.
Or if you brain
because I'm guessing they don't have one.
They're put you in prison, right? Like I can't even imagine that.
Fuckers.
Scotland Yard. Do the cops even carry guns? Don't they just carry billy clubs?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Hey, stop, please. Oh my
God. They had that happen. Something happened, I think, in front of the palace, and the cops were like, "We can't." They had to like call in some special guard that was actually armed because.
Hey, Illinois just passed the craziness that King County passed on the whole like they get out of jail free, like everything. second-degree murder, rape, every fucking thing.
No
bail.
bond, no cash bond or bail, no hold. It's just fucking go to court and release.
I'm gonna bet there's gonna be a new like crazy train down to like where's there no extradition from? It's gonna be like the mules will make money both ways, right?
Yeah.
Run up the Mexican families.
Well, no, they just won't go to court.
That's what I mean. They're gonna go down to Guatemala or wherever.
No. They just fucking stick around. What are they gonna do? Pick them up again and release them?
So what you're saying is somebody in Mexico could be a drug mule and run their shit up, get arrested, and then we go, well, we're going to go ahead and deport you and send you back so you can do it again. And you get a free trip.
That's how they do it. That's how they do it with the illegals. But if you get charged with second-degree murder in Illinois and you don't show up to court, you think they're going to give you a failure to appear? I mean, you got charged with second-degree murder and they let you go. What the fuck are they going to do for failure to appear?
It's like a class whatever and lower. Like, because here it's
okay. What's failure to appear? I'm guessing it's going to be less than second-degree murder.
So definitely not like legal advice at all. But if you were running drugs from Mexico as a fucking drug mule and you got to get in a bind in Illinois, you could totally just like accidentally kill somebody that kind of was fucking up your shit and probably get away with it.
Yeah. How long can you actually put kilos of smack in your asshole? Like, how long can you?
I'm not an expert on that. I'm going to guess you know way more about it than I do, based on your conversation with Scramblin' show earlier. What Rick wants to do with you and a goat?
Because I mean, isn't it like you can probably get to maybe Missouri on a bus before you got to shit that shit out? Like,
I don't know.
Could you actually make
there's
it?
No shit November going on TikTok.
Somebody needs to ask like Guinness Book of World Records. That needs to be a thing. Like, how long can you?
I used to watch those shows like where they would get arrested in foreign countries, and like this one dude was talking about all the balloons of fucking smack he had inside him, and they were detaining him. And he's like, and I shoved him way the fuck up there.
I was gonna say, does it matter?
Like, to find him if they searched me. And he's like, no, I'm all worried. And I was sitting there and I thought I was going to die. And yeah, I finally just told them because they weren't going to let me go. And they gave me a laxative. I shit them all out and I ended up in jail. And I'm like,
that people do that and swallow it. And then the balloons tear and then you die. Because
I bet it's a lot of fun on the way out.
Like, wow.
If the distance is what matters.
That's what I was saying. You didn't read the second message today during your shit, did you? The one where, when we were talking about the DMT.
I didn't read the one below it.
The one below it. So there was a guy talking about.
I read that one.
Yeah, that when you're about to die, Timothy Leary talked about it.
Oh, right.
So when your brain slows way the fuck down, it almost like supercharges you full of DMT, and that's where you see your life flash before your eyes. It's not a flash. You live it in real time. But it only takes a fraction of a second.
Oh, interesting.
It's the DMT natural release in your fucking brain before you die.
So here's what fucks with my head. If that's actually true, first of all, I have a hard time believing it completely because I'm not sure how we would know that. Like, but the other thing though about that,
I'm pretty sure you could go to Mexico and find out.
Probably. But here's the thing that fucks with me though. If that's the case, and you really relive that back in real time, could we be reliving that right now and not know it?
Dude, no. So this dude that was talking about it, who had looked into it and read a lot of theory and all this shit. So he said he took a DMT trip and he was like out for 10 minutes ish. Mm-hmm. He went back to when he was a child and he watched his life happen and it took a different turn. And he watched a whole life and he watched himself die at the age of 28. And then he flipped back and he came out of it and he was in this reality. He had married a different woman. He had moved to a different city, but it was him living it. And he's like, so I had a wife and a kid and I died. He's like, you don't know how trippy it is to miss someone that didn't fucking exist.
What if the people who actually have like memories or thoughts or things like that and feel like they have past lives are really just tripping balls right now?
Well, he said that he had actually had people in his past talk about having visions of him dying being hit by a truck, specifically what happened to him in this DMT trip. And
so
other
it's like he lived another reality almost in a way.
Commingling.
I'm Googling because I don't even know what this stuff is. You have to like back
it's actually a chemical that your brain produces that causes you to.
It's in all living things.
Right,
you can synthesize it.
But when the brain has enough of it, you are basically living in a different reality or whatnot. So people, when they take it recreationally, have these like hardcore freaking life-changing trips. It's the ayahuasca thing. It's
Did you ever see that shit about the solstice party in Canada? Was it like 2020? Where that chick took like
you sent me that TikTok last night. Yeah,
like 150 doses of acid. She was hardcore bipolar.
There was a math. They did a decimal point off, and everybody
they were decimal point
took
off.
like a 10 to 20 times more.
Like here's a tab and a half.
All these people ended up in the hospital. She ended up on the floor, like in the fetal position for like 6 hours, and then her fucking friends called the ambulance. She went in. She was in comatose for a while. She came out of it. No bipolar anymore.
Completely cured her.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Reset. It's a fucking reset switch.
Yeah, reset, right?
I would not advise eating 10 strips.
People I feel like that's not a good idea. Yeah.
Well, I feel like you know this from experience, though.
I don't do it. Yeah. There's different things, right? Like if you want to get that fucking high, do DMT. Like, don't do more acid. Do the right amount.
I'm too much of a control freak to get that high. I can't handle it. Like like
that's your little DMT would fucking cure that.
It probably would. Like I've had therapists.
I'm not advising that.
Yeah, I've had therapists turn to me and go,
crawl across the floor for 3 hours.
She doesn't need mescaline.
That'll let you loosen up.
Row to Hawaii.
Crawl in a river, your own puke, trying to crawl up into bed and not fall off the floor.
So if you're like, I'm too much of a control freak. Don't be a control freak when your whole life resets you to a different person when you wake up. Don't worry.
Patty wakes up. She's like, whatever.
I'm a fucking three lifetimes, 7 minutes from now. You won't have that problem no more.
Oh.
I'm a Jewish lawyer. What the fuck? Really?
Yeah. God dang it!
I just froze too.
Thing. It's like, be careful, you know. You do hallucinogens, you're gonna like relive shit. So if you've done bad shit,
and that's the thing,
it's hard to expect a happy trip, right?
I'm the perfect person for that because I haven't. There's literally nothing.
What if you're comfortable with the bad stuff you've done and it was?
No, then it's perfectly great.
If
you're embracing it, then fuck it.
If there was a reason,
I
guess it's not necessarily bad if you don't feel it's bad. If it's just
right, I'm just saying if you haven't dealt with shit, not good or bad.
You have skeletons in your closet that you haven't fought those demons. You're gonna fight them.
Right. Even that dude, even saving that one kid. Still like tripping after that, like wow.
Well, I think that's probably why people who go through that shit actually have like profound experiences and feel like they've worked through some shit because they have crap that they won't address in themselves and try to actually do it the healthy, normal way. Is that so? They're forced to. They've got to.
It's soul loofah. Might not feel good.
You said that on your show. I was like,
it's in a song. I forget what song it's in. It's Kurt Cobain shit. Too much tripping, and my soul's worn thin, and it hit me immediately the second I heard that lyric, like for the 1,000th time. Like, yeah, soul loop, but that's exactly.
I saw that on TikTok the other day. Was one of the Nirvana from their Unplugged thing on MTV, whatever that show was called, and man, I had some twisted fucking shit I wanted to do with it, but I was like, I don't know if I want to get famous for that.
No,
I wonder if that's why.
Don't come to Seattle after that if you do.
Yeah. So let me just preface: this shit's totally legal in Washington.
Legal in Washington to manufacture in Seattle.
Yeah. So nobody try and report me to the state bar because I'm gonna say this right now. But when I was out at Squash by myself and we're like, let's microdose, and so I was like, I don't know, and then I was like, just eat it. So I did.
Just eat it.
Was it not a microdose?
Yeah, but it was like 2. But it was like, that was exactly my reaction. I was like, meh. Like,
It is what it is. You ain't gonna get out of it.
I mean, it didn't like it did like because I don't have any shit in my past that I haven't dealt with. Like I just don't, So
Microdosing just helps you focus better.
yeah.
Well,
I was very clean.
That's part of the Jewish thing, though. You're just expected to be guilty. Like that's a part of normal life. You have to.
That's exactly right. It's a real thing. It's like Catholics.
Oh my god. Okay, how Self-Reliance Fest.
Like there's something I can perish.
Yes, that's coming. I'm so excited.
I had this eureka after you guys got done with your show today, and you're like, hey, we need to drive this fucking numbers to 100 so we can do some shit. There's 1,000 people down there. There's at least 100 shows of different kinds.
Oh yeah.
Why don't we make a board where if we put our YouTube thing up there, every other fucker that puts a thing up there agrees to go like the channel. Like you put it up here. There's 100 on here. You're gonna have 100 likes by the end of the day.
I have a better idea, and I'm totally stealing this. I'm stealing this right now from. There is a website called Sats for Likes. Okay, literally, you can put that shit up. You can put up your YouTube. You can put whatever, and you can stake a certain amount of satoshis. It can be stupid amount, like just nothing, $2, and everybody who goes and likes your Twitter and retweets it or whatnot, they get it, and you can put a time lock on it, so they have to stay subscribed for 24 hours, whatever. It's cool, and you end up with a lot of followers that probably stick around if you have good content. Do the same thing though. Be like, look, here's the thing. I'm going to put up a bounty. Everybody who shows up and can prove that they subscribe to my shit, I'll send you 100 sats.
Oh yeah. All you would have to
bribery works. I mean, people aren't going to remember because they've got all the festival shit going on. So put the board up. That's great. Unless they do it right there, right now, they probably won't remember. Be like, look, I will send you 100 sats right now if you fucking subscribe to my shit. Find a way to do that, and then you'll actually get some fucking shit figured out. You'll actually have some traction on it.
But that means I would have to start my YouTube channel before Self-Reliance.
Well, you've got to have something to subscribe to.
So you're saying everybody should print QWERTY codes with their
it takes
address.
3 minutes to start your YouTube channel.
No, we need QWERTY codes. You can do that or do a tip link. Fuck it.
Well, then you're just straight to your YouTube channel, right? And the very first. Yeah, people could comment on the video, right? Because you get a ding when people comment on your shit, and just comment, pay me, bitch, or something, I'll send you cents.
I mean, do people really need 2 cents to subscribe to your channel?
No,
well, I'm not saying you have to, but if you get that little incentive, people are more likely to actually do it.
Let's not make it complicated, though. Like simple as can be. How do we trade 1,000 likes so every person that's there gets immediately to 1,000? Boom! The whole community is instantly monetizable because we help each other.
I have no idea.
There's 1,000 people there. It should be easy, right? Come on. We get all twisted.
Sounds super easy.
Should be easy.
Should be. I don't know. I'm going to rally for it since I'm only put together the Vortex Brewer Friday.
I would say you could just put a poster board up, and if you have a YouTube channel that could use some subscribes, you write your name on it, and if people want to participate, they want to participate. If they
volunteer help.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah.
Here's some people that could use some help on subscribers. If you want to put your name up there, put your name up there. If you don't,
I'm going to go spend $1 at the dollar store and get a big old poster board.
There you go.
Poster board and a Sharpie will get you across the USA. You can make 4 different signs.
Are you camping? Up there.
YouTube channels that don't suck. Please subscribe.
Oh, back in the car. Okay. Yeah.
I was like, do you got room for exactly my car print? I would take up no more space, I promise.
Oh, yeah, they do. They totally do. Yeah.
They got a parking spot for you.
I'm going to rig up PVC poles, though, out at the hatchback opening so it can hold up the tapestries.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, set up a little...
They make those hatchback tents. It would be so cool.
I'm inside the wire.
Yeah, it would be so cool.
Hey, if you want to rent a camper van, I have an affiliate link for Escape camper vans.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Anybody going to SRF?
They've got one in Seattle,
right? Go in and stay.
I'm camperless until my truck camper comes in. So yeah, will you send that to me, please?
Seattle, if I remember correctly.
And if you're not a C4 member, you can use Brian's camper van discount. And after you use it, let him know, and he will send you a code for a free night at Camp Suniki if you're in the Northwest.
Yes. There you go, right?
Or a friend in the Northwest, transferable.
If you haven't subscribed if you haven't signed up yet to Self-Reliance Festival, I know at least a couple of guys, I think most of us, that have an affiliate link you could use too.
Oh yeah, is there one in the
Yeah,
after party
it's-
notes? I think all of ours are
I
in the
think-
after party notes.
I don't know if our affiliate links are, but they are on our websites. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Renegade Butcher.
Go to
Lost Project.
shop.libertymeat.solutions or go to thelotsproject.com or I'm sure I think you got your shit up there too, right?
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
an affiliate
Yeah.
link on what? Food
Well,
Forest
go get
Farms?
tickets. Get
Yeah.
tickets because I think they're spending some dough.
If,
and
I mean,
getting
it's coming up on it. If you want to get your tickets, you better get it now, though.
They're
Yeah,
building
no,
this
the
thing.
VIP tickets are gone. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
I know the VIPs were gone by a while back, but
Did you? Oh yeah, you got one. Ha!
I did.
That's gonna be a good dinner.
I'm excited.
Chef Keith Snow. It'll be
Yeah.
great.
I'm stoked.
oh, he's
And
gonna be there.
it's
Fuck.
the parking. It was
He's
the parking that talked me into it. I get to park right in the front because I'm staying in a hotel and I'm going to be driving in the morning. And it was the like I'll pay whatever you want for VIP parking. I can't fucking deal with having to like.
Mhm. Everybody's like, "Are you going, Josh?" I'm like, "I am the only motherfucker that's not going." Okay, all right.
Are
Someone's
you
got
going
to
to?
hold the
Oh no,
fort
we
down.
talked about this. I would say TSP that goes on sale
No, it's.
soon.
I would love to do the TSP
That's
thing
right,
too, but he
Billy.
has to do it right in the middle of freaking deer season every
Yeah.
time. So, like
Uh,
right in the middle of it. Like I could almost, if I could get all the transportation and animal shit taken care of and everything now, I probably could swing going to SRF. But
Let's get
that
Brian
shit
and
has not
Corey
fallen
an
into place
offer
this year.
before
I have a year to figure out for next year,
The
but
28th.
in the middle of deer season, fuck no, there's no way I can get away on a weekend, especially.
Yeah, I get
It's
it.
like impossible. That is the heart of busy time.
Yeah,
It's
there's no
deer
way.
season.
Mm.
Just do the deer. Come to the spring one.
Yeah,
Right. I
hopefully
need
they
to
do
try
spring.
for the spring. Hopefully, yeah. When we figure that shit
If
out.
we can kind of get Nicole to align the spring one with Mid-State Fest, if they coordinate a little bit, it's kind of on the same latitude, right?
Right.
That northern Tennessee and Oklahoma are kind of straight across. Not that hard to go back and forth. Right?
Sort
My-
of.
my-
I don't know what that
You're
one
oh,
is.
when you're from Seattle, fucking everything's south, but you know.
Everything's far. I don't know.
Texas is right across from Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Everything
totally.
Oh,
Right
northern-
across.
Like Oklahoma's on top of Texas and Nebraska's about straight across if I do my latitudes right.
Nebraska, kind of, yeah. Nebraska,
yeah,
more
you
the
know.
Kansas.
It's gotta be
Nebraska-
within
that
6
link
miles.
in,
Nebraska's right across
in
from
the chat.
Iowa. So, yeah.
It's
you're
within
confusing
8 hours.
Kansas
So
and Nebraska.
it's a one-day run from one
You're
fest
confusing
to the
Kansas
other.
and Nebraska, which I totally get because they're both fucking complete shitholes. There's nothing
Hey, come
there.
on. Where else are you going
Open
to grow
empty
the,
land.
the corn sugar?
I thought
To
Mid-States
addictive
was in
Iowa.
Missouri, wasn't it?
Huh? Midfest?
No, Midfest is Oklahoma. Northern.
Yeah, it's like near it's
Midfest
Oklahoma.
is Oklahoma.
Near the border, I think.
I'm not exactly
Is it
sure where. I want to say it's
Eastern
about.
Oklahoma.
It's probably about an 8.
What's the one in Missouri?
I feel like there is one out there too, but I know it's not Midfest.
But anyway, I'm trying to get Nicole to kind of align, maybe because it would be nice to be able to go back and forth.
Who
Yeah,
was the group out of Oregon that's doing? Is that them that is doing it in Oklahoma? That they're redoing the state forest or like potting out that forest. You hooked me up with them, Brian.
Those guys. Oh, those guys. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I know they have a whole other project on that side of the country.
Down
but
in
I don't-
Missouri, I think it is.
It
I
is
thought-
in Missouri. Okay.
I thought
Yeah.
so.
They buy huge acres and kind of
Plot it out.
do 99-year leases or some shit. I don't know what the exact deal is, but it's like that. It's like if you want to go live off grid, they are for real people.
For real off grid though, like crypto no.
No, they don't like electronic fucking anything.
So the
They're-
Amish paradise thing. Okay, I got
But
you.
they're gleaners, man. They know how to connect with the giant companies that like their waste stream is pure, good, brand new fucking food, and the company has to pay to send it to the dump or have people pick it up for free. But
Right.
when they call, they need a fucking truck there now with the trailer, like because it's in their way. So
Yeah, they have
like,
great down there in
set up a
Oregon.
pro network. Yeah, so like
But
companies.
then it all went to shit.
Oh,
Like that.
But you have to have a warehouse and a refrigerated warehouse to go with that, or it doesn't work because you have to be able to go pick up semis of shit.
You gotta have the capital up front to set up the infrastructure, and then once the infrastructure there, it pays for itself back by all the free shit you get.
So think how much value they've brought their community to be able to do that. everybody, like, if there's one closer to Patty and I, we would fucking do it for sure, because then we could join together and like,
I would
because
totally
there's some.
Are you talking about
But they're
value
busy.
for value?
Oh, it's
right now?
ultimate, man. They get.
It's
I mean,
so
they don't
good.
think about if you had a family of 7 or some shit, and you literally had a 0 budget for food, like 0, and you were eating fucking great shit, good, brand new stuff. Fuck.
But even the one in Oregon that was so good, they spontaneously combusted, and it's not like what it was.
The one way down south.
I feel like I'm never what I
Oh,
was.
really? Well,
Spontaneous combustion,
maybe they went.
they're just
Maybe
kind
they went east. Are they
They
hanging
did.
out?
Well, I don't know if they went east and then it blew up, or if it blew up and then they went east. But like,
Does it really matter?
well, it was getting a little sovereign citizen-y up in there, and it was getting weird, and it made their donors say go away. So, you
Yeah,
can't.
imagine that. Some
No
glowing
way.
ones scared away
Weird.
the real money that wanted to be helpful.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to interface with normies, right? Like you have to be able to like interact with the public to run something like that.
Be a little bit relatable
Right.
and somewhat
A little bit.
to normal life, tiny bit.
Yeah, just a hair. Yeah.
So did the camping and stuff? You were well, you probably can't.
I helped them. I tried to help with the contract, and they were like, "We're gonna do a land trust, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do." I'm like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "No, you're not. Like, you're gonna do it the way the Forest Service says, or you're gonna lose it." And I don't know what the status is because nothing ever manifested.
That's right, because fucking.
I'm like, "Look, you're in bed with the government. That's your choice.
You don't own shit till you own it.
Don't own shit till you own it." That's exactly right. Like,
Sounds like a pain in the ass to me.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I would never.
Yeah.
I get it. It would have been a good deal, maybe. I don't
Because they were
know.
already making them jump through hoops. Okay, because the last I had known, they were having to take responsibility for some like maintenance of some
Fire
shit.
management.
That
Yeah.
sounds like work. Like,
Yeah. Right.
like okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's not free.
I gotta pay for the land, and then I gotta
Oh.
do the mandatory work also. So why don't I just buy it? You get the fuck out of it, and then I'll do it if I want to do it or not.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like the BLM does sell land for cheap. Just wait for BLM to sell the piece that you want, or you can try and get it. Like you can hire. There are agents that go out there and try and get it for you if there's something that you want. But like.
Because it's usually shit land. Well, it's grazing
shit.
lands and stuff.
Yeah.
And when they're like, "Oh my god, you're gonna pay real money for this?" They're like, "I will take
Yeah.
it."
I
But if
mean,
you're gonna build like a Flintstone house out of Styrocrete,
right.
edge of
Exactly.
Wyoming, maybe
Fine.
some crazy person would want to buy a rocky outcrop.
Yeah. Who knows? But I just
Insane.
that was that they
Put
wanted
in raised beds in a Styrocrete house.
right. It's like that whole thing that was going around about they want to register your gardens. Oh my god! I'm like, no, asshole. The USDA is trying to start a garden program. If you would like to be in it, they're telling you this is what the criteria is to apply.
They
one
just
of the
want to know what it
criteria-
is you're growing, and they want to have a list of it. But yeah,
Well, but it's only if you're they only even want to talk to
you only have to register your garden.
So they
if
can
you
like report the
play
good
with
they did.
their system.
don't
You
have
only have to register your garden if you have over 12 tomato plants.
You don't have
Right.
to register it at all. The USDA created a
If
program.
it's sativa or in
They created a program, and they're like, "Hey, look, we'll give you a little bit of money." It's called.
Right.
It's exactly. Next thing you know, they're like, "Well, guess what? You don't get your money unless you destroy this whole
Right.
field of crops." Yeah, that's why we have food systems being destroyed around the
Right.
country, because we started it
Exactly.
with exactly that shit on a
Exactly.
large scale, and now
But
we're like,
it's
let's
not-
bring it in the backyards.
It's not like telling people to
Hey,
register.
farmer,
their shit.
I got a little MPK for you.
It's not
A
like
little won't hurt.
it's so dumb because people are
I'll
like,
make
"Oh my
your
god, they want to
tomatoes
register your backyard garden." I'm like, "No, stupid. They're trying to make a program that they can control." Like, yeah, exactly.
But, right now, and then 10 years from now, though, it could
Right.
turn around and be like, all right, you know that $500 you get every year for running your garden? If you don't get rid of all of this type of tomatoes, you don't get it.
Exactly.
That's the problem. That's where the
Yeah,
problem
the
is.
USDA
High
is
capacity
like,
garden. We
into
need
the
to
back.
get rid of those high capacity gardens. We need
Exactly.
to have.
But it's very different than we're going to require everybody to register their gardens.
Oh
which
no,
is
it's not there yet. It's definitely not
You
there
don't
yet.
want all
It
those
is- it
bump
does start a
stocks
slippery
around.
slope I don't want to see happen. That's what I don't.
No, that's fair. That's
it starts a potential for some shit that we've seen happen before already. That's already bad. But no, it's not there yet. They're not going to storm in with stormtroopers tomorrow in your backyard and be like, "No, we're going to take your tomato plants."
Are those compost beds?
Right? How dare you? No, but that's not happening tomorrow. However, if we all jump
There's
in
a tax on double
and
dug
really start
beds.
letting the government be more involved in our fucking
Are
backyard,
those rabbit BBs in your beds?
it might not be good.
Yeah, no, I mean the government should never be involved, but like
I don't want to participate, but I don't think that what they're trying to do right now means that they're going to start like storming your backyard garden tomorrow. No.
That chicken manure is still hot. I can't
How
believe
dare you? No.
I think they're just so fucking.
You
like,
didn't register
they're
your
finding
flock with the
reasons
fucking
to try to
exactly. They're trying to find
exist.
reasons to like stress people out, like
or exist, like to try to like.
When did this happen?
like a couple days ago at the
They're
USDA.
old.
So the
USDA is
USDA
sending out letters trying to
nothing.
get people to
it's
just
nothing.
involve the program.
Somebody
popped
just
up-
it's Ice Age farmer stirring
Ice Age
shit.
farmer.
Oh shit! If I get
I'll
a
say
letter
it.
from the USDA, it
I'll
usually
say
just ends up on fire.
It was just on their website.
Oh, dude,
it was like, hey, if you want to do educational programs with public governmental entities, like, and have a
If you want to use our land, our free
Yeah, you
land
want
and
to use our
facilities, you have to
land.
fill out the form.
You
That's all.
might get some money from us if you want to grow these things and tell us what you have, kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's a
on our
program
land. Yeah,
that they're
But,
trying
like,
to start. Yeah.
don't grow shit
And
on
people
government.
love to try to blow it into something that it's not. It could be that, but it ain't that right now. The world's not going to end because they are doing this program.
Like, don't
Could it
grow
pave away
shit
for some
on
bad
government.
shit? Yeah.
If you've ever ordered seeds, they know you have a garden.
Right.
I know, right? If you bought seeds on your fucking credit card at Home Depot, they know. Your personal USDA agent right now is cataloging your marigolds. They know.
Yeah, maybe that
I
seed.
talked to my agent John, and they have so much shit on me.
Oh man, I tell you what, I bet you they're actually counting right now how many flowers of each type you have based on your social media posts.
Probably.
They want you to make a garden website. They want you blogging about your backyard garden so that
That's
they
why I
know.
don't tell them about the turnips. Fuck, shit, I said it.
Right? I get a fucking letter in the mail allegedly. I know actually get because it doesn't come, where I have to sign anything. Like every 6 months, where they're like, "Hey, we want to register your flock because we know you have chickens, and you've." Oh, really? I just throw it away. I throw it away.
Yeah.
My favorite is
I get
there's a
this
back
thing-
page.
I get
Says
a thing
you
every
don't.
year.
They say on them whether you have to comply or not, right on the back.
I get a thing every
I don't
year
have to
from the
comply if I
Minnesota
didn't get it.
DNR because I buy an archery tag, and they say we would like you to fill out this survey every day you go hunting and tell us what you saw.
Yeah, unless I'm required to, and I will
And
go
I'm
to jail if I
like-
don't.
I'm like, you know what? You send this fucking shit to me every year, multiple times a year. Why don't you just buy a fucking trail cam?
So they make ours a $10
Because it's
fine
cheaper to
if
send
you
you a piece of
don't
paper.
comply with the audit. So they could just pay to do the trail cams.
Yeah.
Pay the $10 or fill out the shit. You can choose. I just pay the $10.
I just saw a thing where in Eastern Washington they gave a survey. I think it was high school age kids. Oh look, I'm freezing again. My camera is just behind. So they gave a school to high school age kids that asked for their parents' social security numbers and their household income.
Ooh.
I was like, no.
Corey just went to the DMV to get a new driver's license, and it must have been some COVID bullshit that we don't want to share germs or whatever. So they took one sheet of paper, and maybe this is a paper saving thing, and they laminated it. So you fill it out and then they erase it. So like each person uses the same fucking thing with a dry erase marker.
Well, that shit erases really well every fucking time.
Corey's like, I could read all the numbers that were there before me. I'm like, oh, that's secure.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, what if you took a picture of it? It would be perfectly clear on your phone after you adjusted the fucking grayscale.
I just can't imagine a public school fucking asking for your household income. Unless I'm asking for free shit, it's none of your business. Like,
right. And your social
Well, do your
security
kids know how
number?
much you make though? My kid had been like,
Mine doesn't.
like $10,000.
you tell everybody. I'm not telling him nothing.
None of your fucking business until you
It's
earn your
not
own
done
shit.
yet, is how much money I make. Mama, do you
cross
have?
gobbling?
Remember, Warren Buffett makes less than his secretary.
That's right. Mine does this. Mama, do you have $100? I'm like, in my pocket, or like, what do you mean? And he's like, no, like, you have it. I'm like, maybe. I don't know. Why do you need to know?
Only Lots
in
Project
2013,
Silver.
I could honestly say no.
How much money do you make? I don't make a goddamn thing because I have to pay for your freeload next. Okay.
Right. That's exactly right.
No, he's already
you can
working.
fucking ask the IRS how much money I make.
You are my $100.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. You're it. Ask me how much ski school just cost me.
How much money do I earn, or how much money do I take home? Because I
Yeah.
don't take shit home.
How much money makes it
$70 a
into the
month.
savings
Just got
account?
luck one class a week.
Oh my god.
My dad makes 7,054 satoshis a year.
That's right. How much money do you make? 1 Satoshi.
What
My
is that?
daddy's got
I
4
have his
girlfriends.
counting
He makes a
account.
lot of money.
Yeah, what is that in pounds?
Right?
Josh, I
Yeah,
sent
the
you
Golden
that.
Triangle.
I sent you that thing about my buddy Nick there with his 2 wives last night.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
dude's a legend.
I was gonna say, I'm like, damn.
Dude, this dude was a polygamist. He was married to these 2 chicks, and he didn't marry either of them. They married each other.
Wait,
So he's
what?
not legally married to either of them, and they both support him. He's a stay-at-home trophy husband.
That's where he goes. He goes. Honestly, he's got a 10 because it's a 6 and a 4. And I don't know.
I said, this dude's a legend, and even better if he could add those 2 together, and that 6 and 4 make a 10.
And yeah, it was about a 6 and 4. I mean, honestly, yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. Oh my
Yeah.
Dude's in the middle. He's like this scrawny little guy. He's like sitting there like this.
I'm like,
Your job would just be to sit home and like pump iron and shit.
Nothing. Dude, this dude was
he
not
doesn't
pumping
need to
iron.
pump anything.
It was
He
cabaret.
He's pumping
Sure,
shit, but it ain't
cabaret
iron.
you're thinking of?
Stamina was his strong suit. What?
Oh no, I think he just like it just rotates through. He just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
I
He
mean,
must
if
take
you look
talking.
at him, I mean, honestly, if you look at him, you can tell one does all the work and the other one's just happy to get it.
He's taken lots of
Be honest.
taken lots of sales classes, I think, because he sold these 2.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
I mean,
he
I run
has
an
the
idea.
You can kind of tell the one just gets off on the fact that you can tell she runs the whole thing. She thinks she does. She's in charge of all the shit, and the other one's just like, this is the best deal I'm going to get. So they've all settled, but he's come out on top.
He makes sure the maid cleans the house.
He takes care of the maid too.
Probably. I mean, look at this guy's a legend.
Wait,
You
where is
guarantee
her
he's got
sign
a
up
maid.
for him?
He doesn't pay the maid either. He probably just feeds
Is
her.
this some church I gotta join?
Oh
Oh,
my god.
He
I'll just
probably runs
broadcast
it.
from there
That's
for a
why he
week.
says he
Holy
married him.
shit.
He was the one who officiated their marriage to each other. He did marry them.
Dude, I was reading this thing going, this dude just has twice the problems, and if he divorces
Right.
either of them, he's just fucked. And then it got to the point where they're like, and he didn't marry either of them; they married each other. And I'm like,
This guy could walk at any point, and he's fucking scot free.
just walks
Yeah,
away,
nothing.
fucking
Oh my
done.
God.
Like, what?
Ugh.
How does this happen?
How did this guy pull this shit off?
And this is
It's
what
called
happens when they
Minnesota.
legalize
There's
gay
winter.
marriage.
It sounds awful, honestly. I mean, it sounds like
I mean, if he's lucky enough, they're all bisexual, so they just pretty much take care of each other the majority of the time. And he's just
Yeah,
like, hey,
but it
oh,
sounds
my
like there's
turn.
one
I'm
chick-
going crabbing. I'll be back in the spring.
I'm chafing.
All right. Oh, crap.
I'm
No
chafing.
way.
You two do you.
Oh yeah. So, by the way, Brian, you want to tell him about the new word that you learned today?
Oh, pushy.
Yeah, pushy. We mentioned that on your podcast. There, don't be a
Who?
pushy.
A pushy.
pushy?
We're gonna coin a new sex move.
Oh, a pushy? What?
It's called a pushy.
Oh no.
So it came from a conversation about
There's a typo.
someone or about a certain type of people, a bit more than someone, but a certain type of people that always are bringing just
Someone to make you ask
negativity.
why when you shouldn't have to ask why.
Yeah, just negativity all the time. Never brings any solutions. So we wanted to name a sex move after it called the pushy. And it's like when you know you got an STD, but you just go screw a bunch of people anyway. You give him a pushy.
Like, that dude is such a fucking pushy.
That guy, he's a pushy.
Man, you know, don't fuck with that guy. Go get yourself tested. He is a total pushy. What I say that
Dude, that guy just joined your group. He's a pushy.
I was like, dude, that guy gave like 3 girls fucking 2 different types of chlamydia and like fucking some rare version of fucking herpes and fuck the janitor all in a week.
Pushies spread FUD.
Brian, that's a replacement for
her pinky herpes.
It's a replacement for free dumb cells.
Pushies are spread among freedom cells.
Freedom cells.
Damn pushies.
We're gonna get in trouble in self-reliance probably for that shit. But you know, I'm sorry. Like all I get is FUD from there. I can't.
What's that?
Freedom cells. Those are freedom cells.
Well, it's just
it's a great concept. There's a lot of good shit going on, but there's a lot of people that are very attracted to freedom cells that are freeloader selves.
Real bad. Like
it really depends on the group. Like I've been in different. Yeah.
Oh, we lost her. Nope, the freedom cells got her.
They fucking got her.
Cells got me.
They're out there with the cable cutters right now. Climbing on.
They got me. No, I just can't
You just got John Bush. Boom.
But remember, it's all leftoids that drift into anarchy. So they're already like wanting shit for free, and then they're like, "God damn, I should be free, but I still want shit." Like, no, you dumb fuck.
Well, I think it's important for people to realize that the whole liberty, anarchy, whatever circle is not like magically bereft of dumb fucks. They're in every.
Is that a known difference? Like people that come from the right to anarchy as opposed to people that come from the left?
Well, yeah, because you understand private property on the right to start with as a fundamental fucking thing,
and
right?
Most of them have been raised since they were very young with the idea that you want to work and contribute to society, and it doesn't have to be just given to you for free. And then from the other side, you have that mentality of, well, shit should be given to everybody for free because everybody should be equal, and they bring that with them.
Right.
And that toxic weirdness, in a way, it's good and bad from both sides. So yeah, they come from different places and they take the bad shit with them.
Right. Is it harder to teach a fucking like system believing fucking march in line churching Republican to like just breathe and concern themselves with them fucking selves, or to get a fucking commie that thinks like everybody should be equal because like, you know,
the right, I swear to God,
to like actually let like embrace private property, including yourself and your labor.
It's easier to find doers in this community that came from the right than the ones that came from the left. That's what it is. It's not easier to find people who have this mentality from the right. You don't see as many of them, but they usually come with the idea that I'm going to fix this problem I see because I lost faith in the state that I believed in. The people from the left never fucking believed in it from the beginning, but they didn't bring a solution. They just want to find an escape.
They believed it was a solution in and of itself. It was a god.
Right, and they were expecting that solution to fix their problems. So I'm going to show up and everything's going to be okay. People from the right go, they land there because they go, this shit's not okay. Let me find a solution. So they show up wanting to do and fix.
I have a harder time
getting the right better, but
I didn't show up to find a solution to anything. I just fucking became disillusioned with the whole system as a fucking whole.
Well, there's that too, but you still had that instilled like work ethic of I don't want this shit to be.
Well, I was thinking about that when you were saying that. So my parents were born in the 40s and 50s. Mm-hmm. So what does that make them? Are they boomers?
Boomers, yeah.
I guess.
Old boomers,
yeah.
So back then, Democrats were actually working class Democrats.
Yep.
And conservative and Republicans still had a work ethic. So you could come from either side as a child of someone born in the 40s and 50s and still come up with a decent work ethic because even a liberal wasn't a communist.
Then it was more union versus not union kind of mentality versus
but everybody worked and provided for themselves.
Right.
Like it wasn't automatic suck from the tit as soon as you were a liberal.
Right. Well, think about
Or
it now.
Democrat. I should say Democrat. I shouldn't even say liberal. I should say Democrat.
In 20 years, some motherfuckers with gauged ears are going to be sitting here having the same conversation we're having, but it'll be about whether or not your parents were vaccinated and how that affected where you came to this place.
Yeah. I mean, I was raised by my grandparents.
They won't be alive. To be honest.
My grandpa was,
You'll be able to tell real quick.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
The non-lineage.
So how did your parents dying from horrible blood clot related diseases affect your journey to freedom and liberty?
Yep, exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
they haven't admitted anything yet.
No, it's been another
It won't
so
either.
another month of 8.2% inflation officially. Third month. Boom. People are fucking. The die-off rate's huge. All the numbers are coming out. Remember, all the way back to two fucking weeks
What are you
in.
doing?
2 weeks in.
My camera is not.
Jack,
Going all
under the
blurry.
table communication
All
about the
fuzzy.
fake testing site.
Yeah, you
I
can't hide
said-
bodies. I mean, you can't.
I said that's what I said that very day. I said you can't hide the bodies. Wait till the actuaries get a hold of this.
Mhm.
It will all come out. It's math.
Oh, I'm pretty
You're
sure some
fucking
people in history have
alive
hidden a
or
lot
dead.
of bodies.
One
before.
or zero. One or zero.
Well,
That's
I want to tap into
Can't hide
the mortician and funeral director.
Actuaries. You can't hide the deaths.
yeah.
The
You
day
can't hide the dead from the
alive
funeral
and-
directors either.
Boom, boom. Right. They'll give you the flow, but they don't see all of it. The actuaries see the whole thing, the whole country, the whole world, every demographic, every way you could cut the number. They're mathematician. They're the best in the country. That's why they get paid because they're dealing with. So the next thing that's going to happen, right? Remember it's all coming out right now. Oh, the excess death rate was double what it should be. Oopsie. That's 100% increase. Okay, so say you.
Where are the bodies?
So wait. So say you put money away because you're a big insurance company, right? A 35-year-old checking the fuck out. You're not supposed to pay on him till 74. Nope. So you got 50 years to stash his cash because you're going to pay out, but you're going to pay on 50 years, 40 years, whatever actuarial says for that fat dude, sick dude, healthy. What they know exactly what day you're going to die within a couple.
But all the money tells me that they had to have.
They're going to bankrupt them, is what I'm saying.
They already are.
They're going to bankrupt insurance companies, which are all backed up by the feds. But now we're at a fucking funny money printing of just digitizing anything to blinky blink. So they're going to be like too big to fail. Oh, everybody fucking died. Oops.
Well, it's bigger than that because
the money though
It's
I
not.
can't believe they didn't tell them what was going to happen.
So they paid out the insurance policies, right? That means they had to get the money out of their treasury, which is in the securities. So they had to take it out of securities to pay the policy.
Wasn't there a lot of clauses in a lot of those life insurance policies about experimental medications?
Nope.
If people weren't getting paid,
they were all pretty much excused by all the COVID bullshit, and basically they were not held liable for anything to do with the vaccines.
But they're going to bank. I'm just saying, actually,
the deaths are the life insurance companies paying out on them.
Yes.
Yeah. Think about it. The life insurance companies themselves are the same companies that are.
But they won't admit why they're actually dying anyway.
Okay,
it doesn't matter because it wasn't.
No. I'm saying there could have been a huge loophole through vaccine court, through whatever.
You know
what? The only write them a backdoor out of paying if it was known that this was happening.
No, because the government would have had to say, "Don't do this," and then you did it anyway, right? So that the only exclusions for life insurance is suicide within X amount of time from policy issuance, and it varies in policy.
Active war zone.
Illegal substance use (OD), and there's active war exclusions sometimes, but. Depend on the policy, and that's kind of it.
So maybe the loophole isn't a direct loophole so much is that the same companies who are issuing those life insurance policies and paying out on them are the same companies who are handling health insurance, and they saved a boatload of money on the fact that but think about how much money was saved in the insurance industry when the government paid out extra money on COVID deaths.
It all went to the nurses. Oh, you don't even
people
understand
were
how much
listed
money
as a COVID death when they weren't.
Still to this day,
The hospital
Just
made more
they're
money if
making
they counted shit as the
thousands of
COVID death,
dollars
right?
a day
Well,
bonuses.
But
yeah, but it did not offset the money that they are losing. Like most
taking money
hospitals,
out of a stream that is supposed to accumulate interest for 40
Right.
years,
that's right. Yeah.
No, not
40
that.
years early affects the stream downstream. So it turns all the insurance companies into Ponzi's. They are going to keep paying out, but they're going to be paying out with
Gonna
current
be
money.
paying upside down.
Means they're
So
not.
if we completely fuck the entire monetary system and make the money mean nothing at all, we can
How
just
long
undo
does
the
it
whole
float?
thing.
I don't know because I'm not that deep into insurance backups, but with the Fed taking the reserve requirement to the bank to 0 in the last 2 years, I haven't paid attention to the
It's not-
insurance side, but I can't believe they're acting any smarter over there. So maybe one of
Fair
our
enough.
great listeners that knows insurance better will tell us what
I'm
the
in it.
reserve.
This is what I do.
How long can it float, Patty? 10 years?
How much is what? Float? I don't know. It depends on the type of policy. So
No, I'm saying these companies, how long can they stay solvent floating these early
insurance companies?
Yeah.
Well, they're already going bankrupt. So
Right, but I mean,
But they're all
that
backed
can
up.
happen for a long time.
they're not that backed up. I'm
No.
seeing insurance.
No, they're all backed up by the Fed, right?
Oh no.
I thought life insurance was backed because it's
Some
a
of them are.
regulated asset.
Some of them are, but there's a lot of other like workers' comp and stuff that's paying out that's not backed by the Fed, and a lot of those are syndicates. I mean, you can buy life insurance; they're authorized to do business, but they're not backed by the Fed. They're
Not
just
all FBI insured, basically. Or
Yeah,
FBI
I mean-
insured, yeah.
I always
There's
thought
a
it'd be a
lot-
great
You gotta
idea
take
to
a poke
sell
policy.
apocalypse insurance
there's
because
lots of insurance. It's just an investment syndicate that just decides to write insurance. I mean, it's
Right, and hire a smart math dude to
And
figure
hire-
out when
yeah,
you're gonna
I
die and just pay out just below it and pocket.
We'll go
zero.
try and buy a cybercrime policy right now. Good luck. Like if you got into the market and bought a cybercrime policy, you can renew it. But if you need a new policy, they're writing them, but you're going to pay out.
more than it's worth.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to get a $3 million policy and pay 1.2 million for it.
Well,
Does
that's
the
a good
cybercrime
tool,
policy,
man.
does that cover the government fucking me through cyber?
Yeah.
I mean,
Putting
I
child
feel like
porn.
we're living a cybercrime right now.
Well, that's more the phishing thing. That's like,
Our whole government is a phishing scam? What?
Oh no!
No
No,
way!
at least they tell you they're doing it. They're
I
doing
don't
it
have
as
to tell you you're doing it.
right. They do
I
it
had
as
to call John out 4 times before he actually answered on my phone.
Oh well.
You got
He
him on
was like,
speed dial?
yeah, I'm here.
Damn it,
He's like,
man.
you are one sick fuck, but I'm here.
I'm
My
here.
eyes hurt when I go to bed at night, and I wish
Why?
you would sleep a little earlier.
Yeah, cybercrime is people duping email addresses and telling you to transfer your money. The big one is right now is
That's all of Telegram. That is
all
the
of Telegram. Exactly right.
There's a fucking text message that your UPS delivery couldn't go to the right address.
I get those all the time. I'm like,
This
no.
motherfucker got scanned by Jeffrey Dahmer with tits the other day, literally.
It was
What?
awesome. I got an application to my group, and
Oh
I
my
had
God.
2 of them one morning. I show up, I open it up to start my stream, and it says 2 new join requests. So I'm like, oh, I wonder who it is. First one was like obvious scammer, and the second one, obvious scammer. But this one I wanted to play with because it was a picture of a woman, like scantily clad woman,
Right.
with a baby, and the name was Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's bananas.
Oh
I'm
my
like-
god, because they just didn't know. It was some media headline like, "Oh, that's a
God.
name." Boom.
Dude,
Oh.
that's better than Willie Nelson, right?
You
there.
know what?
Better
That
than
could
Willie
be
Nelson.
Way
that
better
could
than
be
Willie Nelson.
AI.
I was
That
so
could be
jealous.
the bot
be.
people using AI to generate those letters, right? And
Yeah.
pick a known name from the
Could be.
news 20 years
I mean,
ago.
you couldn't have picked a better name.
For the picture.
God, there's one in my group right now. Hold on. I
AI
gotta-
doesn't know.
You have Jeffrey Dahmer in your group? Fuck.
Some fucking Telegram scammer.
He's hungry.
They're all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Telegram. Oh yeah.
Hell,
Okay.
fucking
Oh,
John
hey, did
Dowie
you?
kicked me out of a
Hey,
chicken
what
group
did
to make
Jeffrey
it
Dahmer? What happened to? Did you hear what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer after he ate that guy's arm?
He burped. What?
He got, he became really humorous.
Oh,
I got a bone to pick with you.
did you guys see my Monday Night
Yeah,
Football
I saw
appearance?
that shit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Why wasn't your face painted?
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh my god.
What was
Dude, that's-
Chicken Joe doing at that point?
That's one square of chocolate
Staying
right
off
there.
camera. That's what she was doing.
No,
What?
that's her head. See where the arrow is?
Right.
Yeah.
Were you standing?
I
Or
was
were
just
you-
standing. She's standing. She's 5 foot tall.
Well, yeah.
And are you like 8 foot tall? Because they're
I'm like 6'1" or whatever.
right.
I was just curious because she was off screen. I didn't know if she was embarrassed to be seen with you.
And then the squirrel's like right next to the blue arrow. He's like, why can't I get on TV? I was like, because you are not intense. Like, you have to fucking like,
Because you
why
said
do you
they're
think
like
I
this.
said on the air at 11:58? I will be on TV in 5 hours. Here is exactly where I will be.
That
Boom.
was still my favorite.
I'm surprised you
One
weren't
of my
standing
favorite
there
moments of
screaming.
SquatchFest was Squirrel coming out at like 5 o'clock, and it was so cloudy and overcast. You couldn't tell what it was. Fucking 8 in the morning or 8 at night. He's like, "Good morning, guys." We're like, "Dude, it's like 5 o'clock at night." He's like, "Oh, okay." He's eating the cereal.
Oh,
Why
that
you were
little-
there holding
that
a
little
giant
hug.
banner that said Scrambling University on YouTube while you're on TV?
Yeah, where's your banner?
Why,
for
why
your
weren't you getting your
photo?
YouTube subscribers?
Oh
How
my
did
God.
Brian? How the fuck did Brian go to jail? Well, he was holding a giant sign that said C4, and he was on national television.
C4.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I guess you can't stand behind old Brandon and do that.
C4, this game is blowing up. Join C4.
Oh, no. Now our stream is going to be totally like, hi,
Oh,
Mr.
shit.
Agent.
Dynamite.
My name's Brian. I'm not
This-
that Brian.
That's what's gonna kill it. That's what's gonna kill the whole show. I got you.
Our stream's going to
It's
go.
all the
I was
way
just talking. I was just bragging yesterday how to a guy, Noah. Actually, we were talking. He's like,
Hey,
"Yeah,
Christy.
I can't even get on TikTok on any device anymore. They just have me pick permaban, like any email device. They're like, no, you're not on this fucking platform. I'm like, dude, the shit I've said and done on my TikTok, they might pull a video, but they've never fucking kicked me off. And then last night,
Well,
Who
Jesus,
in a
He
row
said
Yeah,
some
you're
loving
doing
things about the chairman.
I don't know, but last night, dude, I had a guy. I got a video taken down in 3 seconds, and then I had another video right after that taken down in 3 seconds. I'm like, what the fuck? Damn it!
Dude, that Korean or North Korean version of Killing in the Name was phenomenal.
Dude, that was fucking. I was like, I can't believe this is happening, but this is awesome.
Oh, it was. Oh, you guys want to see it? Let me
Dude,
see if
yeah,
I can
play
find it.
Oh, yeah. Put it up. Put it up.
Play that shit on here. Yeah, let's get.
Here,
our
hold on.
camera
I'll
picture.
put us on the one where it puts it to the side. Okay, hold on.
Dude, that was fucking crazy.
Oh, no, not me.
And I'm over here. I'm like, dude, the fact that this is happening because given the song, and it's coming from North Korea. I'm like, it's like the most hypocritical shit ever, but they did a great fucking job.
They did an awesome job with
I
it.
mean,
Did they hire a DJ?
No.
Oh.
they didn't need it. They had a whole fucking orchestra.
Dude, how many
And a
messages
bunch
do
of
you
fucking
send
North
me in a night?
Koreans.
An
Huh?
orchestra?
How many messages do you send me?
How many of
Josh?
as many as you send me?
Oh,
This is what we do now. We just send
he's a
each other
serial
fucked up
texter.
TikToks.
I want to see those thumbs.
We just
It's
send
you
each
and
other
your
fucked up
bot army.
TikToks at night. It's gonna be-
Wait, those hands are way too tender for that much texting. Oh, that's the Jergens.
It's all the pork fat. It's very moisturizing.
Oh, that's right. Pork fats. That is the shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, no,
Dude.
I don't. I try to keep the shit cleaned off my hand.
Yeah. I like the peppermint one. No, that's my absolute. Man, peppermint. I love peppermint. Spearmint, maybe better. Peppermint.
There you go. Throw that up, Brian.
There we
Okay,
go.
okay,
There we go.
And then I got to. I think I got to mute my shit. Hold on a second.
Probably. You might be able to go full screen on it. God damn, you have as many browser tabs as I do. Holy fuck. Sorry, podcast listeners.
Podcast listeners. This is some technical difficulty-ing.
Tech time with Brian. Sorry. Okay, we got nothing. No audio.
No audio. Why is it not playing the audio?
You might be better off to send the link to Scrambling.
To me, yeah, I believe if I share, because I could share a tab, right? I can click the link.
Yeah,
to
you can
the
share a tab. That'll be better off for him to do that because it's not doing shit.
Oh, let me see if there's an. Oh, hang on. Oh, hey, Apparently, I have some control of this.
Oh wow. No. Okay. Well.
No? Oh, I
hit
thought.
the mute-
Brian,
see,
did
it's
you do that? Did
muted.
you move
It's
this thing
muted
over
in
here
the-
on your screen?
It's muted. Look in the bottom corner, the little screen.
It's right
yeah.
here. See right there, Brian? Right there on your screen. Yeah.
There you go.
Crank that up.
Maybe I'm not hearing anything yet.
Yeah. This is great. No, on your screen.
We run
Right
podcasts.
there.
Holy shit.
Mine's all the way up, so it's not mine. It's
Maybe he has to unmute too. If it's coming from him.
oh yeah, you unmute too
Unmute.
because you're sharing your computer.
Try this.
There we go.
There you go.
That's back over. Yeah.
Wow.
The irony is real, but goddamn, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Missiles in the background.
Yeah, I know. I love that part. The whole song's like "fuck the man," and they're like, "We are the man."
Like, yeah. And we can't help it because it's such a good song.
I know. I'm like, why am I cheering for the North Koreans right now?
Why am I? Oh God, it's a good song. That's why I can't help it.
Hey, it's Jackie. Hey, Jackie, we're just cheering for North Koreans over here.
I was cheering for not putting oil in the F-15s when they were flying over the stadium. I was cheering the under.
Oh, dude.
I was like, "Come on, refueling crew!
Right.
Forgotten half your job."
I saw that. And I was like, how ironic.
Oh my god!
Super
Oh, yeah.
ironic. But they
Rage
did
Against the Machine by the North Korean.
by the machine.
Did you
Rage
hear
Against
me
the
talking
machine by a
about,
different machine.
oh, the people keeping the footballs at the fucking game?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it's great.
Oh God!
Oh,
yeah.
getting surly against the fucking security people. Like, hey, bitches, I paid $120 for these cheapest seats in this goddamn stadium. I'm keeping the ball.
Jackie, is that your new vehicle?
Huh?
Is that a new vehicle down there?
It's Jackie.
I don't think I can hear you guys. Can I hear you guys?
Can you hear me? Can you hear us? I don't know. Can you? We hear you.
Dun, dun, dun. It looks like she's
You
on
all
an adventure.
sound like robots.
Oh, that's
Maybe we
great.
are.
We can hear you.
I can
Algorithm
hear
has
you
you.
okay.
Yeah, where are you?
I don't want to be a part of the Matrix. I don't like the Matrix, I think.
Dun, dun, dun.
Fuck the Matrix. Yes.
You can hear me. Wow.
We can
We
hear
can
you.
hear you. Yes.
Are you on Bluetooth or what are you doing?
No, I'm very illegally and super not smartly holding the phone as I drive.
No way. You're breaking the law?
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
I also ran 2 red lights while I joined this
Are you
podcast.
incriminating
Oh my god,
yourself
it's a
on
confession
air?
hour.
God dang, Jackie.
That's
Talking about all my
YouTube.
DUIs earlier.
I'm not speak robot.
Yeah, but that was all
What
past
the
shit.
fuck did you just say?
I once ran 2 red lights.
I refuse to plug into the Matrix, y'all. I think it's my connection. I think my connection is shitballs.
Not today.
Oh. The Matrix isn't real.
Good to hear one.
Does the magazine drop at midnight?
It's like freaking me out. You guys seriously sound like robots.
Wow, wow.
Gotta reset your thing.
Everybody.
Sound like robots. Ooh.
Slowly.
Oh. E.T. phone home.
Can you hear us? I don't know. Now she's frozen in time. See, we were talking about time warps.
I think it might be her connection.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like she's on the run.
She is in the Matrix.
Run, girl, run, girl,
I think
run.
so.
This is freaking me out. I'm gonna come back later.
This is as good as my hair is ever gonna
Oh,
look on
you're
a podcast.
pixelated
Your
now.
hair looks like, I don't know.
Look at that.
Pixelated Jackie.
Because I got it done today, and somebody else like washed it and made it shiny and blow dried it for me. Because Sharina did it, and she's awesome. But it'll never look that good.
Oh, wait, he's got hair now.
A little bit.
Oh, my God. He's a hippie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this
Because I've
is
been too lazy to shave it off.
That's what Hunter S. Thompson, when he ran for sheriff back in like 72, I think, up in like Aspen. The current sheriff was like an ex-Marine, right? So he had the like quarter-inch or eighth-inch, right? So Hunter S. Thompson, right the night before the debate, shaved his head fucking bald, showed up at the debate, and all the people out in the audience had signs and shit. And he called his opponent the entire time on media the long-haired hippie freak. So everybody that just got the audio right, it's Hunter S. Thompson, like up there on fucking acid, debating the current sheriff, calling him a long-haired hippie freak.
I got it. I'll be right back. Apparently, I have to turn the oven up. I'll be right back. Stand by.
It notified her phone.
What?
Turkey wants some more heat.
That is the first time I've ever heard a Jew say, turn the oven up. Yeah, I went there.
Oh boy, that's gonna make that fountain premium fucking gold right there. I don't know if I can listen to an hour and 26 minutes just to find that, but I could read a fucking transcript.
Flip that fucking shit, motherfucker.
Oh,
First time I ever heard a joke.
Hold on, I gotta go take a shower.
I heard that shit from downstairs. Are you kidding me?
No.
Was your volume on, Patty?
God,
I can hear you from downstairs.
Holy shit. Brian has to go
It's
and
just
double
a
down.
filter. It only filters the background of the thing.
You're right.
Not the sound, it's only the picture.
Not a wall.
She walked behind the wall.
I say this shit, and he has to go and try to put the whole podcast in a mass grave. What the fuck?
Oh my god. Let's see if we get through
I
this
did
one.
not see that coming.
Oh, I did not see that coming.
Did not see that coming.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Oh, you know it's devolved when you're jumping into the Holocaust jokes.
That's right.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
It's bad. I was really hoping we could pass over that phase, but we
Oh,
didn't.
that's right. You were asking for jokes this morning. Did you get any good ones?
Two shitty ones.
Josh told a good one that I've heard 4 million times. Like,
I know.
From the time I was like 4.
Right. I told you it wasn't going to be. I didn't have any coffee in me at that point. All right.
Well, you
I
could have
wondered.
come back later. The question's there. It's the question of the day, not the question of the first time
Okay.
you see
All
it.
right. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it confused so much with all of the other participants.
Man, you're supposed to lead the group. You are a leader.
Wait, I'm in charge now? Fuck, I know.
You're a community leader.
Oh,
I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah,
it.
Have you did you see me post that freesteading.com shit in your chat?
I didn't see you post that, but Rachel.
is that red and blue on your screen?
Yeah, that's,
Wow.
I got
Oh.
a ring light.
Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, dude.
I got
think
tired
I'm
of fucking
getting pulled over.
podcasting in the dark. I spent $20 because I got tired of podcasting in the dark.
I thought the cops were next to you.
Yeah, I was like, don't look to your right.
This is gonna go on
Hey.
live air.
And I'm like, maybe he's just playing it off. I don't know.
No.
If I don't look, they can't see me.
Oh, guys,
Oh my
hold
God,
on,
we
hold
were
on.
so
Patricia's
doing that.
turning the oven up. She's turning the oven up on me. Well, turn the oven
If I
down.
cover my
Turn the
eyes,
oven
they
down.
can't see me.
He's got to feed her people.
Right?
My
Oh, no.
feet.
They
My
need dinner.
So
My
the,
feet, Patty,
the,
turn up
the
the oven.
Filipino Mike,
Oh, Phil. Yeah.
he requested that I join this site, freesteading.com. It's like Billy Bond and a bunch of other homesteaders, and so I signed up, and I don't know, it could be decent.
Rachel sent it to me, and I was like, "That's cool." I've got so many fucking websites and shit going on. One more.
Is it
Right,
is it an app?
Well, no, it's a website, but it's similar to social media. It almost seems more like a forum site.
It is
Like
a forum.
Hermes kind of maybe.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was basically I spent all the time building the chicken forum because John Dowie asked me to, and then they were all like, "Oh, that's cool. Nobody uses it. Here, join this one that Billy Bond put together."
Well, you know.
No, I'm like, all right, it's cool, it's good, but I'm like, man, I just spent like 3 weeks building this shit over here. I'm not joining another forum. Fuck it. I got too busy.
Yeah. I didn't. He sent the link. I clicked on it. I was like, yeah, I didn't do anything with it. And then all of a sudden, I got an email that I had a connection request. So I went there and I looked, and I'm like,
it looks cool, but at the same time, I was like, dude, is this another Freedom Cells that I'm on and I don't use? You know,
right.
You can only divide yourself so many ways. So,
but I'm wondering if I'm dumping out a fucking MeWe and spending the little bit of time I spend there.
I haven't.
I'm really bad about MeWe.
No,
I'm there daily for 10 minutes, and it's just like the fucking same thing over and over.
I haven't done the MeWe thing in forever because it's the same.
MeWe, bye.
Every 3 or 4 days, I'll log into Float, and I'll have one notification.
Float. It's too obnoxious to get on a web browser. Honestly,
it's so obnoxious to go on there and listen to all the fucking fear porn and fucking.
Yeah, it's all fear porn and fun.
Shit.
I'm gonna actually not go down the Float road right now because. Yep, I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna be that guy because if I go down the road,
Josh, what do you think about Float?
Don't pull the ripcord. Don't pull the ripcord. Don't do it.
I think the problem's resolved from my angle, but I probably won't be attending Float Fest. We'll put it that way.
No. I already told Scott that I wasn't going to do the rave there with them,
which is super bittersweet for me because I love the event, but there's just been too much other bullshit that's gone on that I'm like,
Okay, so what do we know about Web3?
Web3?
What does anybody here know about Web3?
I've heard some. Oh, you're talking about like
interplanetary file system? You're talking about that?
No. Well,
okay. I put my fucking commercial up there.
Unstoppable
like 10 years
Domains.
ago.
Unstoppable Domains.
Oh, right. Okay.
Unstoppable Domains is cool. It's a cool idea, but the problem is, it's just I don't know if it's come much further from when I fucked with it, which was before the whole Float thing. They were giving away stuff. They were giving away those. I mean, they've been around for a while, and I like the idea. But it's
I grabbed mine, but now I'm probably not
so slow and clunky that it takes forever to load shit, and you can't just like transfer what we have as a normal web page there. It's like it works on like 1995 level web technology, basically. You know?
No, I don't. I want to know.
Well, from what
I want to know how I can make my fucking money back from the free shit they gave me.
So when I did Float Fest, I didn't want to put all my shit that I was like, here's what I'm doing for Float Fest out there on a regular website. And I was like, at that point, I was kind of paranoid about it because I'm like, I don't know what the hell these guys got going on. I didn't want to have my shit taken down. So I went ahead and got one of these Unstoppable Domains to try it. And that's cool, but everything's kind of like really rudimentary in the web programming. It's almost like very basic. You can't just WordPress the site and throw it up there. And it's super duper slow. And there's only like, well, at least when I was fucking with it, there's only like 2 or 3 browsers that can even view it.
Brave they just integrated with Brave.
Brave can do it, but that's the thing. Even then, it still takes a while.
And it takes an extension, I'm pretty sure.
And I love the idea that you own the domain forever. It's like basically the domain is an NFT. You own it.
Right. So do you need any sort of hosting or anything?
I haven't really done much with it. I have a website up. I have Kill to Grill. Kill2grill.crypto or whatnot up there that I had my menu up for fucking Float Fest and shit on.
Could I load the fucking shit with a bunch of affiliate links and just sit it out there?
Yeah, you for sure could. Problem is, from what I've seen, I haven't seen anybody actually fucking using it. I've seen a lot of people pushing it.
Yeah, I went to Unstoppable Domains. They had a list. I started clicking on them. And they just looked like
nobody.
Like you said, 1995 fucking websites.
Yeah, they do, because that's about all you can really do with it right now, and about as many people use it as people who sell a shitload of fucking NFT pictures. You know the people who are selling NFT pictures and buying them, NFT people. The people who are on Unstoppable Domains are people who are really into unstoppable domains, and that's about 0.01% of society right now. So it's
I
really
tried
hard
to
to
use it. I gave up.
I
Fuck
stopped
yeah.
with Float because the Telegram channel got like really weird, and I don't know what happened with the tokens, and then they had to like reissue the tokens, and
They
then
never issued the tokens.
No, the
Never issued the
NFTs
tokens.
they reissued. Now they
the
haven't
NFTs.
issued the
Sorry,
tokens.
Yeah, that was a whole different thing. They
yeah.
So what is your
tokens were
token going to be
supposed to
worth
happen
now
in,
that
like,
your
October.
fucking platform's trash?
Right. So not super happy that they were like they raised a shitload of money, and
Yeah, and I bought an extra one to actually throw it away on purpose to try to lose a little money just to add liquidity to the pool, right? Because once
yeah,
they
I did the same
issued them,
thing.
I was gonna let the
Everybody
one
who bought one was basically helping
go.
fund it because it's something you believe in.
Yeah, exactly. See,
Right.
I
And
don't
I would have subsidized.
Kind of
I
let
would've sold
everybody
it for-
down and said we're going to fix our shit, and then kind of tried, and then kind of
But
didn't.
they made the
And there was a
floor
whole lot
price
of
on
we're going to
trading
do
them.
this shit, and then we don't do it.
No, I tried to sell one. The floor price
yeah.
is like $3,500 or something.
What?
So, yeah, try to because I would sell you one, and you could sell me one, so that we could start a liquidity
Oh, you're
pool.
yeah, I see what you're
And
saying.
I don't care about if I sell it a little below, because whatever, they're not worth anything. They're just
I have
digital
$100
tokens.
blank I would try to sell, but the problem is I don't keep fucking Ethereum because I don't buy trash coins. So I don't have enough to fucking afford the goddamn gas fees to even sell the shit.
I was
And I don't want
willing
to put money into a fucking Ethereum to try to sell a token that nobody, or to sell a fucking NFT that nobody wants for a dying platform.
At one point, I was going
Let's,
to
like,
do
cut your
it
losses.
to help, but they wouldn't allow help, right? Because they priced it at like what? They were $100. They priced them at $3,500 to move or something. It was like, the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, why do you not want these to trade? Like,
Should have been 105.
Right.
yeah. If you're gonna do that, like they can only go up. Okay, set the floor at 105 or 102 or 110. Fucking whatever. I still would have done it, and I
The
would
whole
have won $20
idea
to
behind
trade
it
it
was
just to
that
make
you're
it.
supposed to get some kind of extra perks and abilities for using the platform, which would be useful when the platform has people and they're using it.
Did
None
anybody
of
get
those
any
have been
merch?
integrated into the platform. They just sold all these NFTs that never had any utility other than you might get some tokens to come along with them. And we're going to keep pushing it off and maybe reevaluate when we will in October. But
Well,
based on
they
what
said
I've
they were
seen,
going to
when
send
you
merch
say,
too. I haven't seen that shit.
well, basically from what I've seen is when they say they're going to do
With
some
the
shit,
NFTs, yeah.
they don't do the shit when they
I
say
don't
they're
know if I
going to
got
do
the
the
right
shit.
level for merch.
Yeah,
Did the
100.
Yeah, everybody was supposed to get merch. Yeah. If you, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
bought
do
some
I
merch.
get 5 sets of nothing?
I bought
Yeah.
some merch.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Even if they issue their tokens, what's the token worth?
Well, that's what I'm
Tokens
saying.
worth
Oh, you're gonna give me 20% more than I bought for my NFT and tokens, so I'm gonna get an extra whatever. But if my tokens are worth fucking 0, you can give me 1,000,000% more than what I spent. It still doesn't fucking matter.
Basically, when I got tired of fucking saying over and over and over again, look, hey, we're going to do this shit in August, and you never did your shit in August. And I finally get tired enough of it and try to call you out, and you ignore it 2 or 3 different times and say the shit to other people. You're responding to other people, but actively ignoring the crap. And I finally say, look, are you going to do this or not? And then you ignore that.
No, I know.
I said, peace out, and I'm done. Then I got approached and said, hey, look, we're going to try to take care of this. I'm like, oh, you want to try to take care of it now?
When V2
And then it was, well, when did we say that? Here's your screenshots.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, we'll honor it. Do you want cash or do you want the NFT? Cash, motherfucker. Because I'm not stupid.
Why do I want your trash?
Why? I don't want what? It's not worth anything. What I bought isn't worth anything. And, the only reason I even stuck around was for another potential float fest. But now I'm like, why am I going to give you more fucking money next year? It's the community and the people there that actually matter and that are valuable, not the platform anymore.
So you know that rancher that they're there, right?
Oh, I know him. Yeah.
So what's the rest of his ranch look like?
Well, the ranch, okay.
It's
people who own the place. I know them kind of, and that's a different story. And then the guy who was next door who would come over, I know him, but he's got a pretty small place. It's I don't know.
It'd be interesting to have people disgruntled Float Fest.
Could be kind of interesting. I don't know how the people who own the place that it's sat
week
on
after.
are with them. And I'm
No,
not
same
trying to
time,
fucking-
right next door.
Oh, next door. Oh, bring the
His
fucking
place.
borders.
I've been to his place. I've been to his
And the
place. I
rave.
stayed at his place this spring at one point, going and hanging out and whatnot. But his place ain't big enough to really host a whole shindig. So
We don't
Yeah.
need mushroom for a rave. We just need
No, we
speaker
don't.
powers.
We don't need enough room for everybody to stand next to each other and start screaming next door.
right,
We could be like the North Korean chorus and
Yeah.
killing in the name of with
Yes.
he's not
missiles
directly next
shooting
door.
behind us.
He's probably about a quarter mile away, and he's more not in a residential area, but he's in a small rural area with some neighbors. He's just
Yeah,
about-
there's
I can yell pretty loud a quarter mile.
Oh, I know you
not that
can.
far.
We might piss
No.
off some other homies though that got like
Yeah,
50 cows.
yeah. It's one of
They're
them.
not going to be
where I'm
lobbing
like,
in bottle rockets.
I could go be all vengeful dickhead and
They don't
just
follow Squatch rules in Texas.
completely. I could totally be an asshole and be like, I'm gonna go tell everybody how y'all fucked up. I could do that, but it's not fucking worth it. It's one of those. It's that point of it's like I'm cutting my losses. I bet on a losing horse, and I was really hoping this was going to be something more.
Hey,
I'll
wait.
take what I can out of it and try to take care of the other people that got fucked the best I can.
This
learn
is
from
sounding
it,
like a
move on, and
petroleum
you know what?
job exit
You know what?
interview.
You know what I got out of it though? Here's the thing. You know what I got out of it? This. The community, the people. It got me off my ass doing this, hanging out with cool motherfuckers. I got to chill in fucking Brian's tent and you know, all this shit. It was a good experience. It was a good 2 fucking events or whatnot. But you know what? We're dealing with a bunch of flaky anarchists. This shit dies.
That's what Scott
Yeah.
still wants to do the rave. He's like, God damn, I want to do the rave by the lake so bad.
Right. I was planning
I
to
do
do-
too.
I was planning to do a whole fucking live butchery and like live meat.
Right,
cutting
yeah.
demonstration
Wouldn't that be
shit.
hilarious if everybody at the festival goes down but like doesn't use the platform?
They
Yeah.
had,
Anyway,
they
we
had
have-
so the most infuriating part of it is they had everything going for them.
I know. It's like it's just disappointing. Honestly, it's disappointing.
When you got a guy that's got 500,000 downloads a day,
I know.
pumping your shit hard,
And then
everybody that comes that's been affiliated with him,
Yeah.
pumping your shit hard, and then you get guys coming in from other communities, huge names.
That is
pumping your shit.
those are bad bridges to burn. I feel like
yeah.
that's
Well, I wonder because those guys got in on that like super secret squirrel cash money infusion round. Like I missed it by a week or two because she didn't get back to me. So I was like, all right. When that didn't happen, I was like, well, I don't know. Then maybe I'll just buy 3 of those.
Oh, the token pre-buy.
yeah.
Yeah, the pre-buy. I didn't get in on it because
I didn't even hear about float until after that. But hell, when I was at the first Float Fest, I didn't even know what the fuck float was. I was like, oh, there's an app. I should join that.
So I wonder what the angel investors that they took all the money for the pre-buy on the tokens are going to get if they don't fucking launch.
See, you know,
All of our fucking
By the time they launch them, Lightning will have eaten everything.
Byron hasn't taken off either, really. And I was
Yeah, what's going on with that? I kind of checked out on that one.
I did kinda
I'm
check
in
out
the
too, 'cause there's
developer
just-
group because I was helping I was like helping like with the I was trying to help with like categorizing and the writing side, and it just kind of flat. But you know what? They didn't take any of our money either, so
Right, exactly.
it's fine. You know, it's whatever. And there's some groups on
Well,
there.
Xavier's going to be speaking at
Yeah.
SRF. So
I
you
don't
can
mind-
ask him.
I don't
So-
mind backing an X project, especially because you know he's the guy.
Right.
He's not going to take your money unless he's right. Like
Yeah, I don't think he's going to just jam you for cash.
he's not
He's
at all.
he's
So-
already got a place and like he's set. And, like
he already knows how to handle big amounts of money and like but you know I feel like Fryeron didn't take money yet because they're not ready, you know.
He
So,
seems like he'd take money from an investor more than an
Yes,
individual.
absolutely.
I think he
100%.
wants somebody to just be an angel investor enough to have no fucking hooks or strings. And I don't think
that
he'll
was
take
great.
money from anybody.
I think it's
Right.
fine.
He doesn't
crowdfunding.
want a bunch of users giving him
Right.
money. He wants someone to give him enough money, but not enough to take control of the project.
Right.
I think it's fine to crowdfund some shit and get the community to actually help front the crap or whatnot, but don't do it through a fucking magic fucking token. The shit doesn't work, and we've seen it fail over and fucking over, and all these projects crash and burn, and everybody feels like they just got fucked when it goes on. So if you're going to do that, let people communicate or let people contribute in good faith that they're going to get something out of the platform itself, but use technologies that's already fucking there and stop trying to reinvent the fucking wheel.
That was my whole thing with buying into the NFT was I didn't give a fuck about the NFT. I didn't give a fuck about the thing on my profile,
buying into the platform,
whatever.
itself.
I was intrigued by the token that they were going to use on their platform because Bitcoin wasn't going to work for what they wanted. Lightning wasn't
where it is.
For it to use. And I was like, okay, so if I buy these NFTs, they're going to pay me back an extra 20% on them in tokens. And if I get dollar for dollar in the tokens at value day one and I sell them day one, I made $100.
Right.
But it was more to support the platform and the functionality of it moving into it. And then they just.
But V1 of the platform, your address was a Bitcoin wallet. So it wouldn't have worked with Lightning had they just stuck with V1. It would have worked. Everything worked.
It would have been super easy to contribute.
You could have been if Lightning was functional at that time.
Right. It would have been super easy to integrate. Then they changed it up a little bit. They took that functionality, and you notice with all the NFTs, they started going really Ethereum based, which made me kind of twitchy too.
Yeah.
No.
There needs to be better solutions. Like you can go to fucking Float right now if you want to, and you can use a goddamn itty bitty tip link, and you can use fucking Lightning to do value for value shit right there on fucking Float or anywhere else, and it works. And you don't need a separate fucking thing. You could,
but you did when they were developing it.
When they were developing it, yes, you did. You're right. Which is why it was a great idea, but I think that's also another thing where other technology sort of outpaced them, and they reached a point where
their team was too small. They got swallowed.
And I don't know the internals of what they have going on, but I think a lot of their team moved on to. Because I know some of their other teams, and none of them talk about
obsolete the team.
I have personal friends that are on my social media that were a good part of their team that I hung out with at Float Fest, and none of them talk about Float. So I don't think their whole team's really their team anymore.
No, they talked about it on the channel a little bit.
I've seen bits and pieces here and there. There was a lot of shit that goes on a lot of different Float channels that I got chaotic as fucking some of them, especially the Float Fest ones. Good God.
Yeah. Oof. I
have to go through
local news. I don't watch any of it. There's just chaos behind me.
I literally had somebody fucking threaten my life because they're not a vegan anymore and they can beat me up finally.
Wow.
Randomly. I'm like, what the fuck? Really? I had some dude like, I will find you and we will meet and we will have a gentleman's duel. I'm not a vegan anymore. I'm not afraid of you. I'm like, dude, chill. Ask Mike about that shit. Brian, like scrambling. Ask Mike Trick about that shit. He was there in the conversation. Dude lost his shit on me in the Float Fest group. It was fucking hilarious.
At Float Fest too?
No, in the group, like in the fucking Telegram group.
Oh,
like recently, a guy that wasn't even at Float Fest was like, "I'm not vegan anymore. I will beat your ass." I'm like,
okay.
Well, you turned him not vegan with your sausage, and then
no, he wasn't even at Float Fest.
I gave him my sausage, and then he wasn't a vegan anymore.
He just needed the.
There are no vegans who have eaten my sausage.
It was a casein-free sausage.
Oh no, there's a casing. There's a casing. It's just all natural.
Vegans don't.
I only eat natural casing.
Oh my God.
You don't need to eat it. You just need to enjoy it.
Exactly. Put it in your mouth. You don't have to swallow.
It's okay.
You don't want it in your mouth. There's somewhere else I'll put it.
Boudin.
It's still vegan if you don't swallow.
Is that actually considered meat protein?
I don't know. I guess.
Is that like ovo-lacto?
I've had this debate with vegans. I've had this actual debate with vegans, and they say, look, the difference is you could swallow that, and it's fine, and it's vegan because it was given with consent.
No, that doesn't make any sense at all.
The one there are two different.
Have you ever met a vegan that does make sense?
No,
There are two schools. There are two schools of thoughts with the vegans. There are the ones who don't want to eat meat because they think it's gross or unhealthy, and that's the minority. Then there's the vegans who are the ethical vegans because they believe you should not be able to take an animal's life without them giving your consent. That they can't consent to doing that. That they're equal to humans. And
they didn't run away, did they?
Here and tasting good.
Right. So basically, they're saying that you could. Essentially, vegans say you could suck a dick as long as it's consensual. And
okay, no, because what if somebody was like, "I give you consent to roast me over the fire," right?
It would be
No, that's okay in New York.
Technically, that'd be vegan.
Isn't New York okay? If you can be a cannibal, you can be a cannibal as long as the person you're eating gave consent.
I've heard something about that. Yeah,
I'd buy it, but
I believe so.
I have no idea.
So, I mean, are you vegan if you eat a human, even though it's meat and they gave consent?
There are a lot of vegans that absolutely hate humans and believe in killing them.
If I identify as a dog and I talk to my dog and he gives me consent to eat him, can I eat my dog and still be
Brian
vegan?
beat me to it. That's exactly where I was going.
Well, that's the other thing is they say, well, it's because it's an innocent animal too. And my argument has always been, well, what if the motherfucker had it coming? What if that cow was a murderer?
Have you met?
I mean, my fucking Saint Bernard killed one of my fucking chickens,
and that is another sentient being. Well, I've also had that. I had that argument too. I said, look, okay,
good curry.
They're an obligate carnivore. I said, well, you know what? A bear's not an obligate carnivore. A bear chooses to go and kill and eat things. They could live on berries, but they choose not to. So is that bear unethical? And if it does so and it kills something else, does that mean it deserves to die and therefore I can eat it ethically? And most of the time,
what if that wolf that took down that fawn or that coyote that took down that fawn?
Yeah, but they're an obligate carnivore. And I'm like, well, what about a raccoon that doesn't have to fucking kill to eat? It could eat other things. It doesn't have to eat meat to survive. But see, they don't have the same conscious level. I'm like, I thought they were fucking equal.
Come on, they do too. They're pure fucking.
I thought they were
go in chicken coops and just throw eggs for fun, and then go.
That's where you really
walk out on camera.
This is where they get mad and just start throwing PETA memes at you when you go, look, either animals are equal to you and are held to equal responsibility, or they aren't equal to us. You know,
if they're equal to me, can I marry one?
I mean, there are probably some vegans that have tried, honestly.
Well, I'm sure.
Have you seen some of those purple hair chicks and their dogs?
And then when you really want to muddy the waters,
I have. It's on the dark web.
Monkeypox spread is,
you don't want anything to do with this podcast.
When you really want to fucking confuse the shit
turns
out of
around
them,
and leaves.
Let's start talking about.
He brought me mail.
If you want to get deep with them, start talking about what actually is consciousness and what actually comprises sentience. Because do trees communicating with each other through chemical signals? Are those and are plants?
Haven't you watched fucking Pandora? Jesus, Avatar.
Right? Yeah. Plants actually.
I've never seen Avatar.
Well, they don't have a central nervous system. Okay, so if they don't have a central nervous system, you're okay with eating mussels? Okay. Well, if someone is born without a central nervous system, then can you eat them?
If somebody's a vegetable, can you eat them?
Exactly. See, they start shutting down with these logical arguments because veganism is inherently not logical.
It's just not.
Do you know what the best part about eating a vegetable is?
I'm sure you're going to tell us this one.
They can't run away.
There we go. That's true.
Wow. So the only people I don't get death threats from vegans. I get death threats from sovereign citizens. And those aren't death threats.
That sounds pretty sovereign citizen like.
It wasn't a death threat. Yeah. It was a threat of a gentleman's duel.
Okay. I get threats that they're gonna file complaints against my law license and put liens on my house. And I laugh at them and I say, well, I don't need a license for my job anymore because of the nature of what I do. So kiss my ass. And two, the California State Bar doesn't do shit unless you steal a bunch of money from a client. And I don't have any clients, so
how are they going to put a lien on your house?
Oh, that's their thing. That's their jam. So these sovereign citizens, if you piss them off or hurt their little fee-fees, then they will paper and put liens on your house, even though it's totally illegal.
It doesn't sound very sovereign to me.
That doesn't sound like something a sovereign citizen would choose to do.
Well, they like to use the system as a stick. Even
they like to use the system that they try to get out of.
It's the most contradictory bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
Hypocritical, if you ask
me.
It's
great, and it's fucked up because it clogs up the court system, and then people who have legit grievances can't get court dates. Like,
But people who have legit grievances shouldn't be using the system because it's fucked up, but we should use it because you pissed us off.
that's right. That's exactly what it is. Yep.
Sounds like vegans, honestly.
It's probably the
Are
same
there a
crowd.
lot of vegan sovereign citizens?
Yeah, I bet there are.
Oh,
Can they
there
eat
are.
each other?
I wish they would.
It's pretty damn cool.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's,
I'd buy
if it's an
tickets to
offense
that.
to them to say go eat a dick or something,
Scrappy smelling the bacon. You hear him like,
or should I be like go eat a cow?
Oh, they think the United States is a corporation registered with like some fucking state. I'm like, no, like, you know how you can make a corporation and name it whatever you want and register it? So there are corporations that are like USA, Inc., whatever, and some of them are literally like T-shirt makers or like promotion, and they think that that's the United States corporation that owns you're a stock commodity and they own you because
The
of
way,
your
the way I fucking deal with these guys is, okay, I'm like, look, it doesn't actually fucking matter.
and that's
because-
exactly
Because here's the deal. Even if the US was
You're not going to SRF, but the other two there, this happened in the spring. Somebody got up and started asking questions, and they were going down that road.
I'm gonna have to walk away. Like,
like everybody on stage is just like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No,
Here's the deal. Even if you're right, it doesn't
who?
matter.
What do you do about it?
Even if you're right, that corporation still fucking owns you, and they make
Exactly.
all the rules, and you can't skirt around their rules by using their own rules because they'll
Exactly.
just change them on you.
So I always say, okay, say you're right, and you win everything that you're trying to win. Okay, so now you've just replaced the state we have now.
Oh my
with a
God,
different
Rachel
state.
Brown.
Fuck you. like,
Rachel
No,
says
I
the
don't-
worst part about eating a vegetable is putting them back in their chair.
that's a good one.
what the fuck does that mean?
I mean,
That
maybe
means if they
vegetables,
can't
I
run
don't
away,
know.
they might fall out of their
you
chair.
could leave them in the
and
chair while you eat them, I guess, if you wanted to. But
I
way to
don't know.
ruin a joke, Brian. Shit.
It
I
is,
just-
it is really,
They
it
don't
is
make
really
us feel like
convenient to
terrible
have them in the
humans, they
chair,
don't.
and you can just hike their legs up on the.
The funniest thing is that I've just I'm not growing plants anymore. I mean, I grow everything planty, but
Not a literal vegetable, goddamn.
I want to eat shit with faces.
I know
So
what you
I'm
meant.
just gonna let them eat the stuff. But I also
Well,
That
part
vegetable
about eating
usually
them-
has a face, so
The worst part about
Well-
eating a vegetable is trying to fit the chair in the oven.
not if you're in Germany.
feed the deer, eat the deer. That's the new plan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of there too. Like,
Or yeah, feed the ducks, eat the ducks. Oh yeah,
Grind
so Fireman Derek got in touch with me. He's going to give me a breeding pair of bunnies for Camp Suniki so we can start the because they'll basically with a little bit of water we can kind of get them on a regular. They'll be good
yeah, no, that's exciting.
and they'll take care of themselves.
Who's
Yeah.
it? Where? What?
Yeah.
Explain this. How they're going to take care of themselves.
They're out here. We have a shitload of wild bunnies.
Yeah. He's got bunnies on his place, and they've like become like part of the farm where they got their little briar patch where shit
You guys
doesn't
don't
get
have
them, but
shit
they
out
know
there that,
not
like,
to come
eats
out.
them?
I mean, they're acclimated to like living around shit that will kill them, and
Yeah.
they eat when there's no predators and hop back in. And
Right. And so, what is he using them for?
well, they exist, right?
He
So-
just has bunnies. He's not
If you
really
want to
raising
eat
bunnies.
some rabbit, boom, a little pellet gun and or 22, and you got some food.
Hold on, I got someone
Not be
knocking down.
exactly like wild rabbit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well just shoot a wild rabbit.
Well, no, it is a wild rabbit. It's the
Yeah,
point.
they are.
We just gotta like
Got
habituate some
Angora
to
wild rabbits.
Did he
What?
sex wild rabbits?
what?
Did
Oh,
he
I
sex
don't know.
them to know that they're a breeding pair?
No, he's got Angoras that are living wild on his property. He was
On
on
his
the show the
property.
other day, basically, yeah.
But
Sure,
they've been wild for generations, I think.
We
I
have
think
them
it's
here
the
too.
birds that
Generations
just
is
don't
like
have you a
2 months
breeding pair.
of rabbits.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Half the
They
time,
gotta
I
be mad at this
I'm
shit.
impressed that he has them still there and not getting totally screwed up by because domestic rabbits do not have the resilience and like
I don't know. We had a
predator-
black American rabbit that lived on our property for at least a year and a half after it escaped.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
And then
It's
all of a
one
sudden it
of
was gone. It was living in my neighbor's house for a while. It was over here. Like people would stop by and there was like a black rabbit in the yard and they're like,
I think it's kind of like having free range chickens. It's awesome when it works until you get enough of a predator. You have enough prey. Eventually, enough predators come in and find it, and next thing you know, you don't have any more. Like,
Yeah.
Or
I'm
you
just
have
telling
one
you,
predator that
coyote
happens upon a
situation.
honey pot.
yeah, you reach a tipping point where suddenly it doesn't work anymore. And when it doesn't work really suddenly. You found that out with your chickens this year. You had a bunch of free range chickens, and all of a sudden something
We
came
had
along, and
18,
suddenly
and then
we
all
ain't
of a
got no
sudden
more
we had
chickens.
3.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
And when it happens really fucking quick.
predator finds the honey pot, and he just comes every night and has a snack.
Makes a living on it for a while until there's nothing there,
Until
and then he
there's nothing
moves
there.
on. Yeah.
And then you like, yeah.
So
yeah.
it's one of those. It's great, but is a long-term sustainable thing. If
I
you
was
don't have
just,
a backup
curious
plan-
the plan on this because
I don't know.
I only raised rabbits for a while.
Well,
I
no,
know,
I mean
no,
where I am.
No, the
we've,
plan was just let them do their thing.
I think
we've
if you
got-
want to try to do like really like you want them to be kind of sustainable, but still do their thing and low maintenance, and you can walk away for a few weeks or some shit like that. Figure out some kind of auto feeder system or raise them colony style.
But
I was thinking colony. If you put a big enough fence with a big enough cover, so like you had a variety, you had trees,
And
briars,
you could predator proof
blackberries,
that enough.
long grass, and you ran like, maybe
Chicken
30
tunnel
by 30 by
Chicken
30,
tunnels, but rabbit tunnels.
just a little fucking chicken wire, so
All
that they were kind of contained in that area, and you gave them places to be, and you had a big jug of water that auto fed into a bucket. They'd probably do fine for quite a while.
Probably.
Well,
right.
I've got where I live. I mean, half the time I come home, there's 2 or 3 bunnies under the stuff in my front yard. They're already
We
here.
have them out that come out and eat in front of our camper every day. That doesn't mean that the hawk that's flying over is going to snag them in front of them.
No, we have the population here is big enough, and there's enough land. It's a substantial.
The reason
I
reason
think you could take
rabbits
a
are
bunny
able
a
to
month
survive the amount of predation that they have is because they can outbreed the amount of
There's a lot of
predation
them.
on them.
Right, and you're in a neighborhood, aren't you?
I'm in a forest. Is
Well,
what I'm
she's got green belt all next to her. So.
All the way
Yeah.
around.
Do you have coyotes running through your yard?
Oh yeah.
Bobcat or mountain lion.
Yeah, we got bobcat, mountain lions. We got all the shit. Yeah.
For me, I have every predator
You got
but
a
bear
bear
in North
now.
America that eats my
Yeah,
shit. If I have one thing that stays out at night, it's gone. It's like a 50-50 chance that if I miss a bird at night,
I got the shopping cart tweakers.
Yeah, Brian's got
Exactly.
shopping. No,
Okay,
we've got
that's another type of
mountain
predator.
lions.
Did they ever steal your ducks?
No, they never fucked those.
No,
are
just
super
fucking
big
guard
Muscovies.
codes,
They're
that's it.
loud and they're not loud, but they're not friendly.
I would have loved to seen one of those tweakers try to grab a Muscovy.
Oh, on the
and have it
camera.
Oh,
whack
Muscovy.
the shit out of them.
That would have been
Grab a
amazing.
Muscovy Drake.
Big old fucking like 3 or 4 year old, just neater
dude.
than fuck.
I
6
remember
foot wings, just womp.
when I first fucking got Muscovies, all right, I looked around here because I heard Jack talking about them. That's when everybody starts shit. They hear Jack talking about them.
Yep, that's exactly.
I
what-
look around. I find somebody who has some. I call this guy up. I'm like, well, it took like 2 weeks to get out there because we were in the middle of a rainy season. He was flooded out at one point, Finally, the stars aligned, and I'm like, all right, cool. He goes, well, all right, what I'll do is I'm going to trap them. But you've got to bring a cage to put them in to bring them back. Like, okay, cool. Pickup truck, bring my out some like little dog carriers, a couple kennels. I'm good. I got cages. They're ducks. How bad can it be? So I show up. This guy's got like fucking medium to large sized dog kennels that he's like been feeding these things in. And he's got them just in there. He kind of trapped them, shut the door. All right, cool. He's like, all right, you got to go get them and put them in your cage. You can't take my cages. I'm like, okay, that's fair enough. So I'm like, how bad can it be? We get down to the last one. I had a bunch of females. So I'm going to get this Drake. And it's one of them like extra large dog kennels that's like big enough that like a grown man can kind of bend down and get in, but there ain't much room to move. I get in there, I open this thing up, and I bend in, I'm going there and get this. This motherfucker is just sitting there calm as shit until I get close up to him. And then he loses his crap. Matrix runs up the fucking side of this thing, clawing up, does a flip, runs down my back, clawing the fuck out of me the whole fucking way. Right out the door, hits the pond, 3 feet out in the water, and sitting back, and he's like, what now, motherfucker? Come at me. And I'm sitting here nursing like my bleeding back and my torn shirt, like, what the hell? And he's laughing his ass off, pointing at me like, you dumbass. I'm like, you could have warned me. Holy fuck, dude.
Sucker.
Oh. Yeah, I found somebody else with a Drake like 2 weeks later. Just
All right. Well, we got updated logo there in the corner. I added just
I see that.
a backwoods bar. I think Patty's getting a couple T-shirts made for Self-Reliance.
I don't think it's gonna happen by Self-Reliance because I want him to be nice.
Okay, then don't rush him. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it.
So,
He needs-
Wait, you want him to be nice, and it's for the after party? Has anybody ever watched the show?
listen, I like nice shirts. So what we can do with that, I think, is the direct-to-garment printing. It just takes longer, and then it's
How
like,
about a patch for the patch hats?
oh, maybe we could do a patch that fast.
As soon as the mail or not MailChimp, the fucking sticker place sends me a 50 for $29. Boom.
Oh yeah, order some
Wait,
patches.
does anybody know if you can ship USPS to
Deal.
be picked up at a UPS store?
Oh yeah, we got it.
So
Oh, I don't know.
Can you ship to a UPS?
a lot of
store
UPS
so we can
stores
just ship our
also
shit
have
down there and go grab
like mailbox drop-off services. So it depends on the area, but yeah. What are you trying to ship? Where are you trying to ship it from?
UPS is a partner with the UPS stores now, so I
Yeah,
would
you
assume.
can ship.
Is there one in Camden? Should we just call down there?
Paris.
What do you need to send down there?
Nothing.
Okay.
So you could probably find a person who might be able to take it in for you.
Well, yeah, I just don't know if I want. I'd rather have insurance.
You don't want to send a bunch
Till I
of
pick it
silver
up.
coins to a random person.
You could probably send them to Nicole.
I wonder how hard it is to set up a fucking
wait.
a post
What
office
about you
box
send
if
it
you're not
straight
there
to
in person.
Johnny's commercial?
Send it to me, and I will take it with me.
How am I
That's
going
a
to send
long
it to you? It's not going to be done until the day
Oh.
before.
I thought it was like done already. Okay.
No,
I don't
no.
know.
John's address is a commercial facility. They got
No,
to go there.
I was gonna have it probably shipped. There is a UPS store in Paris, and I'm actually staying between Camden and Paris, so I'm gonna call that UPS store and see if I can get it.
Other thing is, it's been a while since I've done one. I don't know how it
I'm
works.
sure
I
the
think you have
store
to go
manager
there-
of that store doesn't listen to the UTG After Party.
You have to go there and pick up a fucking key. and
Call him.
But I'd have to look into this. But I know at one point you could actually get a USPS post office box, and you could fill it all out, get the box, and you just have to pick up the key in person.
When
So
I did
maybe you
trade
could
shows,
actually have it shipped to a post office and pick it up there.
okay, so 20 weeks a
look
year
into
I
that, though.
manage trade shows. I would send shit to my hotel rooms ahead.
That's a good
Like
point.
50 weeks ahead, I would schedule it
Yeah.
and have all the sales collateral
So I'm
delivered.
gonna send it to my hip camp.
No, but Patty's
Well,
got a real hotel
I'm
room.
staying
Yeah.
I'm staying at a really nice hotel in Memphis for 4
Oh
days.
yeah, you could send it to that hotel,
You could
that
send it
Peabody. So you send it to guest blah 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 at
Yeah.
blah blah blah
You can
blah.
send it to me there, and
Hey,
I
what
gotta
if you-
see if he's even gonna get them done.
The
Hey,
bellman
what if-
will not fuck with that. They
What
will
if
know
you
they're
send
getting
it
a
to
big
Nate and Aaron and picked it up
they're
on the
not
way?
gonna-
I don't go by their house.
Oh damn!
tip. Right.
Kinda figured it'd be
No,
close
that's
to
what I was
anyway.
saying. Either check the facility in town, call them, or if not, even Patty, your other hotel. Hotels
Either
don't
one.
lose shit. It's bad juju. You get in big trouble when you're
No,
running
they-
the desk. You got to sign for that shit. It goes in the locker. So you send it to Best Western.
Yeah, I
Attention.
said the Best Western. Either one. Yeah.
That way, even if it gets there Saturday, you're still good.
Yeah. If you send it to the
Well,
Best
if
Western,
UPS stores open 7 days a week in Paris.
they are. Yep.
Right. If they won't do it, I mean, that's what I'm just
Right,
saying.
right, right.
And you can reroute in route now. So if it doesn't get there by Saturday, you just change it back to your house. And
Yeah.
There you go.
If it doesn't get there by Sunday or Monday, I can pick it up after.
I kind of know some people from Float, and Jackie's super tight with them, by the way. And one of the guys who's actually the co-founder of her magazine, they run an independent, like anarchist. They will haul your shit for you in private vans. Maybe one of those
Yeah.
guys could pick some shit up or
There
get
you
have
go.
it delivered somewhere. If there's somebody in that area, it might be worth reaching out to Jackie and seeing if they know somebody over there, because they have a whole. It's the Vanarchy community.
Oh,
And
Vanarchy,
I'm in that
that's
group.
great.
I'm in that group. If there's
That's
somebody
just-
in that area who could do some shit, they may know some things, because that's
or
what
they
they
might
do.
be going.
Well, they might be, but they
Well,
also
where
they
is
probably know.
Ryan? Brian, do you know where he is?
Where what? Ryan? Oh,
Who?
you're silver guy. I got
You know where Ryan is?
I have no idea.
Located?
Yo, California somewhere.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where.
Yeah, I think West Coast.
But I bet you one of those guys knows a good place that would be a potential like halfway drop off point, because I think they have to pull that shit sometimes, because they'll post shit up. I see it all the time. Like, hey, I'm going from like Ohio to Dallas. Anybody need anything moved along this route? So they probably know some solutions there. That might be worth. I need to add you to that group because that might come in handy for you now and then. You never know. You may even want to, when you're on the road, you may want to pick up some extra shit with them and haul some crap.
Or you could make a deal for all the
Don't
Lost
add me,
Project
because
stayers.
absolutely
they're
add me.
light stayers. They're
Yeah,
just
I'll add the
Yeah.
two of you because that's.
You know why? Because when I get my 550, I'm going to be all in that.
Yeah. Well, if you're already on your way from here to there and you can make a little money just hauling shit along a route, you're already there. And
I'll
usually,
do it. I mean, with a truck that big,
You should
I would do it just to do it. You know,
just pull the boat.
make a little
on
extra
you,
money
drop it
along
away.
the trip that you're taking. Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Hey,
Yeah,
we should run.
I'll add you. It's a
Dinner's
Telegram group. I'll have to add you.
Dinner's done. Is your dinner done?
Mine's gonna be
probably
done when I
so.
go home, and I need
Yeah,
to.
he's like, yeah.
He probably is.
I smell bacon. That's why Scrappy's barking.
Well, I have one of those lasagnas from Costco, and I'm just gonna eat not the noodles. I'm just gonna eat.
That's what we
inside.
left him with when we took off for fish.
Hey, Patty, I sent that link in the.
I'm looking at the vans. They don't have bathrooms.
No, they're dry camping.
Most of them are. Yeah.
Why can't you piss
Get
behind
a
a tree?
composting toilet.
Because it's
You
gonna
can
be
get a-
covered in snow.
Grab a cheap composting toilet
Yeah.
and just have it with you.
I do. I actually
No,
own.
when I was camping in my van a lot, my work van, because I would camp a lot in it. I had a 5-gallon bucket. You put a
I
trash
have a
can in
nice
it.
one. I have like a nice Thetford
I
one.
just told him we gotta go. All right, we gotta go. Chicken Joe says so.
All right, Chicken Joe.
Peace out.
So,
23
Bye,
next week.
yeah.
Yes.
Bye.